Welcome to the Michigan Bros Grow Show, episode 235. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Hi.
Hi.
Hope everybody's doing well this Sunday evening. We got a great panel tonight. Brad and Becca showed up. Becca, what you got cooking in that pot there?
Oh, some soup.
Soup. Becca in the soup.
It's our birthday
Barton.
girl.
Soup is good stuff.
Barton come in with his granola bar, if you want to show that off.
I can't. I already ate it, man.
Oh, you ate it. Never
Oh, here, I'll
mind.
show you my drink.
Oh, it looks
There you
good.
go. The new limited edition.
It's pure love. How could you say wrong to pure love, people? Come on now. So it's hibiscus, rose, and blood orange kombucha.
Sounds yummy.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very yummy. I like it. I had it last year, so I knew I would like it this
Like
year.
a vampire would enjoy those probiotics.
Absolutely.
I didn't turn my RO on early enough, so I'm waiting on RO. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I got about half the wiring done.
We just ran around and got the watering done before we went live. So.
But look at Beg, turn to your right, or they're turning. Look at that profile. Look at that haircut. That looks fucking awesome, don't it?
He's all spiffed up.
Oh.
It does. I think that's the best haircut.
I was looking at my wall, like, what is he talking about?
Good job.
And then, yeah, got me a haircut.
Yeah, I'm excited to not be finally working on a Sunday. Damn it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
It's been a few Sundays since I made the show because I've had to work.
Should be against the law.
Well,
I say that.
Well,
But I
yeah,
still
but
want
then
to
you gotta
feel-
grow plants, and it's like the
Yeah.
plants don't give a fuck.
they don't. They don't.
That's why they're just gonna replace this with robots. More than half the grows I think out there are technically what people would call robots these days, in that it's automation. So you're already cutting out the waterers.
We're
That's
not.
okay.
As soon as they figure out to cut out the trimmers,
Well, that's the hard part.
the
Good luck.
harvester, the harvesting would be the hardest, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Like and like pluckers, things like that. Like how we get in there and we pre-pluck and
Yep.
pluck like 20 days in advance before harvest. There's no way. You're gonna have a delicate, smart robot. Especially considering, like the other day, we had 2 tables of alright strains where they just pluck,
Mhm.
and then the other table was one of those strains that's just genetic,
String.
and it was
Yeah.
stringy as fuck. And
Fuck.
you're trying to pluck these big, red leaves, and even though they're reds and they're ready to go, it doesn't matter if you get the wrong angle, it'll just string off, and you're like, oh, but we don't leave strings, so then you gotta get your scissors and get up there and snip that little string. So
That's a good practice because otherwise you got open wound there. Could be an issue.
yeah,
So that's good that you do that.
I just note these strains. I'm like, oh, well, I hate this strain. That's a big big red flag.
Yeah, I hate
Is
that.
if a strain does that without, like, some strains, some plants, if they're dry, like if pre-water, let's say, and you're dry backing, they'll do that. Just like when we harvest, if we don't water and we think we're good because we're harvesting, but let's say it goes on to like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and that last table we didn't water gets really fucking dry, they start complaining about stringiness when they're plucking out in the hallway. So we started at least teasing them, 30-second water before we harvest, so that we avoid that.
They get
but-
droopy a
but
lot
what-
faster. They don't
Exactly. Yeah, and whatever the droopiness is like cell deterioration or something. They can't hold them up, and then when you go to pluck that, it's just like
Scissors,
the whole
like,
stalk.
the leaf. It's like weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the scissors,
But like this case, it was like genetics, so it's like that's a huge red flag for me personally. What I find, I'm like, I hate that.
Yeah.
That's a terrible trait.
And it's
for a
going to
strain.
cost more in labor just because you got to go slower. It's going to take you longer.
Well, exactly. Yeah, it takes us longer to finish the rooms. But
But hey, big congratulations on your guys' repost on High Times.
oh yeah, that was a pretty cool picture boss took. That was no filter.
You should
It was just underlighting. I'll find it, but it
Yeah,
was
you
just
should,
underlighting, and like
with
because
no top lighting going. It was just the underlighting that looked like.
yeah, but like I think because there's some purple strains in there, it was like showing that kind of purple color. Let me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting to see them repost it because I asked them. I said, "How about that?" He said, "Yeah, they didn't even hit them up or anything. Just a natural repost, which was cool." Here we go. Here we go. Present. Yeah, underlinings. I think. I mean, the first room we did so far, we liked it. So even though it looks like kind of infrared,
This needs it.
oh shit,
It doesn't have a. It's got
how
like.
did that happen? Whatever. It's not. That's just the lights on the top are off, and then there's lights underneath the plants. There's a strip in the middle of the table. It's
Oh,
going down. They're probably. I think they said they're.
that's super cool.
I want to say. I don't know how many watts they are. I can probably look it up, but they're 4-foot bar, and they have like probably a good 1,000 diodes on them, mostly yellow and white looking, and then there's like a couple strips of like red, but you can't really tell because they have like a plastic over them or like a cover.
They just sit on the tables.
We have them on the tables on upside down 5 gallons. We're trying to
okay.
find something that's skinnier and taller, as a better system. Yeah, there's no system for the Favens. That's what we have is Faven, and there's no system for how they mount. They just tell you they're waterproof and sit on the table. I do like how they connect to each other. They connect like completely solidly. So like, you could put a cord in between them, but if you don't want to, you could just. They have these 2 clips, and they click in, and so it makes a nice line.
Just a
But
big.
again, you have to have. It doesn't have a mounting system. I think they sacrificed the mounting system for having something like that. But they work, I think, is the point. The first room we did them in, all the lowers were just as big as the uppers, just as dense. Um, there was no suckers, you know what I mean? Which is what we call the like larf down there
Right.
that we have to go pluck. There was none of that. Even
Did
though
you
we did a good job trimming and or
So
defoliating, it's
I was just
still.
gonna say, do you defoliate less then because you've got now you got more light down
Well,
there?
that was the first room, so now it's like, yeah, now we have to start talking about that at work. Do we defoliate lower?
Now
Keep.
defoliation is only for humidity control and airflow through the plant canopy, and that's it. Because if you got light down there, then it's not about not enough light getting to there.
Yeah, exactly. It's just about air
So you could
and humidity.
technically have wherever those lights are set, from that point up, you should be able to keep plant material. I would think
Yeah,
at least bud
yeah.
sites, even if you're not keeping fan leaves.
Well, what it made me think about was,
Like I would take off less bud sites,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You instead of keeping from I usually how I think about it is the top of the cola. You look at like the average highest.
Yeah,
Let's say it's here. Then when we bin, we were putting them in those black and yellow totes. They're 27 gallons, which are on sale. So I don't want it longer than the bin. I don't want to have to do that double cut bullshit.
yeah.
So that's how I tell everyone to trim. So it's about, I don't know, 2 feet, 1.5 feet. So now it's like, yeah, maybe we can go 2.5, 3 feet. And yeah, we're going to have to bin that way, but oh well, if it means yield. The
Yeah.
thing about it is, yeah, that's the question. We'll get the numbers of that room this week, I think. So I'll find out if it actually gave us how much
Because
more.
you threw extra light in there. It's not like you took
Well,
like
extra power, exactly. It's
yeah.
extra wattage.
What
So
do you know how much watts and how many? Do you know like
each one, I want to say is 100 something watts, and there's 10 per table. So
30?
it was like an extra 3 or 4,000 watts we put in that room. We're gonna have
Okay.
to get electric to retrofit for more. We already got talked to the electrician, but we also
Did
had to
you
get a
run?
troll master.
Did you run stuff in that room that you've run before a couple times, so you kind of know what to expect, or have stuff to compare past harvest to?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of this was
Okay,
stuff
cool.
we definitely were familiar with. Like Demon runs here in the middle. Grandy Candy we ran 3 times before that. And whatever was on the right, I'm pretty sure we ran. Oh yeah, it was Caddy, Demon, and Grandy Candy.
Nice.
Newest being Grandy Candy. But they all, that's the thing. The Granny Canyon was our best run yet, I think. So yeah, it's interesting to see. We'll see the numbers. We'll see the numbers. But it is actually a little bit of tiny extra work in that when we go deflate, we're unplugging those now. Because the Trollmaster isn't that great, you know. It's it doesn't have an on-off button, you know what I mean? Like I think you were saying the Grandmaster one has a button, a physical button on the top that just just like ours outside the rooms.
It's not a physical button. It's still a touchscreen button.
Oh, it's on the but yeah, an
with
on-off.
master
It's
on-off.
just yeah, master on-off. That's what the Trollmaster I haven't seen. It doesn't seem to have the one we have. And we also found out we're supposed to be putting the Trollmaster outside of the fucking room, which I need to bring up because I don't think it has a light sensors that's separate from the unit, so I don't understand how it can be outside the room yet have a light sensor.
The sensors, the photo cell sensors are on the sensors that hang. There's not actually one on the wall.
That's
either.
what I'm saying. It doesn't have like a plug for that.
Oh, that's weird.
Unless, yeah, I'm missing something, but I thought it was in there, like already in the box.
Any sensor you hang should have a photo cell in it.
No, he's saying that his controller doesn't have a port for a sensor to plug into.
Yeah, because I think they put the sensor in the.
That's what I'm saying.
In
Wait,
the
there's
wall
no
unit.
sensor ports?
There's other ones, CO2. There's two line 1, line 2, so you can make anything you want.
Yeah.
So you could just plug it in one of those then.
Yeah, you just plug it in there, and you can.
But I think the box has one in it.
You can use splitters too.
Oh, you think there's like an onboard, is what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why have the onboard? Because when you use it, it's talking about sensing the light already. So I don't know what the deal is. Just like, okay, so you know the autopilots? Do you know the autopilot CO2 controllers?
Yeah.
I found out recently they moved from an external like 10-foot cable CO2 actual monitor that comes out of the little box on the wall. And now that is inside the box on the wall.
What?
That's
So like, yeah, I didn't know if maybe Trollmaster did that, but yeah, either way, we have to get those outside the room. And there's a lot of cords when you're dealing with underlighting. You forget the logistics of these rooms, and so you can't wirelessly transmit electricity. So it's somewhere along from the table
Thanks,
to
government.
the wall. It has to be a wire. Unless you go up, I guess. We can go up.
Go up, yeah. I think
you could always like get a long cable and go up at the
just run them up
the end of the table.
Yeah, run them up the poles.
I'm gonna mention that tomorrow.
But if you ran up the poles, you'd never be able to take those poles down then.
Not the poles, you just need one main power cord coming from one end
of
the
table end, yeah. Go straight up
to a socket or an outlet on the ceiling.
Yeah, same as the other light sockets.
And if it had enough slack to move with the table. Yeah, exactly, just like the plumbing and stuff, but that's a good idea, but I don't know how they're going to do it. Right now, we just kind of step over the cables. Super OSHA.
It sounds like they're not going to do any more of it. They're just going to do that one table or that one room because they can't get them at a discount from what I'm hearing.
Oh, no. So that was the new thing that Mitten Master was posting. We're like grandfathered in, we found out, because we had our application in at a certain time. That he wasn't. That's why he posted was a piss, which it does suck. What happened, guys, was consumers was doing these massive rebates for LED lighting for grows, especially on new construction recently. I don't know about all of it, but I do know for underlighting specifically, they were giving rebates too, and they cut those off. They were like, we're giving away too much money. We got to cut these off. And so they sent out an email, and that's what Masters posted about. And yeah, that would kind of suck if you bought something or maybe signed a contract with a lighting company, and then all of a sudden the whole deal is now you're paying for the whole cost and you weren't expecting it. But that's our energy suppliers. So yeah, underlighting. We'll see. I think it'll be coming. There's like 2 main companies.
It still blows my mind to see the rooms there with fucking underlighting, but still HPS. hanging on top. I'm like,
It's
what?
a personal preference thing.
It's not a
So
personal preference. It's
No,
not even. I
it's
mean,
wrong,
it's
yeah.
ignoring science.
it's a personal preference. Like
Well, a
it's like
preference of being wrong, like
being.
What
What
the-
do you mean? Does it not grow good bud?
No,
oh
I'm not
sure,
saying
but
that.
there's
Does it not work?
it's
It-
what a
it-
preference of
Hold on.
what?
more
Is
expensive,
he
bro.
profiting? Is he profiting?
I wouldn't know.
I'm telling you, he is because I get paid. So if you're profiting, what? It's a preference. It's like you can't
It's a
say it's
preference.
right
What,
or
old
wrong.
technology.
If you're
That
talking
doesn't make any sense.
environmentally, and everything, yeah. If you're talking my choice,
Listen,
yeah, I
can
wouldn't
have
have
a preference
HBS.
to believe 1
But
plus
I'm
1
trying to
equals 3
explain to
if
you
it's
guys,
wrong.
people. It's all right, okie doke.
No, it's the cost.
Good
It's the cost.
discussion, guys.
What I'm
But
saying is
right,
it's the
wrong.
cost.
Yep.
The cost of keeping it going is what I'm saying. The cost of keeping the bulbs and
Again,
the waste of
yeah.
electricity. Yeah, that just
I
doesn't
mean,
make
it's a waste, but if you're still profiting, you're profiting.
Oh, I
If you're
understand that,
comfortable,
but,
you're
Profit more, though.
comfortable. I would love it, but
that's
there's
where I would change it. Like
they
if
don't
when
think
you're
that
profiting, is when you change it. not
they
when you're
don't think LED will produce that. There's also rumors from all the legal people that when you switch to LED, you're not going to start passing tests on any large bud strains, because they get aspergillus in the middle of them. So
What would
that's
that be due to?
there's all these things, but they also these guys have been growing since 2000 with HPS, so they don't want to change what they've been doing.
Yeah, I
Which
was gonna say
is
there's definitely examples
it's
of big
fucking
grows
old school,
that completely in Michigan that completely do it with LEDs without those issues too. So
yeah.
yeah,
Who knows?
I just
There's
joined
also
an Ohio
remediation
growers group
factories.
recently.
there's absolutely that too.
So like that's what I'm saying.
So I just joined an Ohio growers group. I felt the freedom to finally do it. Joined this little group that's here in an area that I'm close to, and that was literally the first question that they asked me was, "What is your take on LED compared to HPS?" That was the very first question from anybody. They wanted to know what I thought about it on taste, on yield, cost efficiency, and obviously you all know I've never grown with HPS. I have no clue about it. I know people that do grow with it, but I myself don't know anything about it. So obviously I had to cough up real quick. I know nothing about HPS. I only know about LED. But that's interesting. I have not read anything about, LED possibly leading to aspergillus in the middle of the bud and all that.
The theory with that is how the HPS spits out their heat, like the light differently.
lot
Like
of heat that
4
gets
feet
put
away,
out from
4
HPS.
feet away from a HPS, your hand's getting hot still in 5 seconds. Like if you were to put your hand 5 inches away from an LED.
Yeah.
So I think that's their they think I've had discussion where we've had it on here and I remember somebody tried to tell me I was wrong that the HPS dries the air better because it heats it up. And
No,
I tried to
that
tell
makes
them
sense.
that that's not right. And
My problem with that thinking is it's way less
oh shit.
efficient to use your fucking lights as a heater than to just use a heater for a heater.
Well,
So
yeah.
get your fucking environment to the heat that you want it. If you want a hot room, just heat your fucking room
Less
with a
efficient,
heater. That's
with
more
no light,
efficient than
no photons.
using your light as a heater. Is what I'm saying. That's all.
It's kind of like using your oven as a heater in your house. It's like
yeah.
And then what really puzzles me
there's-
is the mix. Is the mix too? Is like now what do you set the room to? Now that you have two known environments, there are two separate known environments depending on what you're running, and you got both in there. What environment do you
It's
pick?
around 70 degrees at nighttime.
I mean,
without the AC
I
on.
mean 76 versus 81 isn't too bad.
Just
You
because
can literally cut the difference, run 79.
fans, DHU, like there's so
Yeah,
much.
but that's not the perfect in either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure, but I don't run 81 all the time perfectly.
No, but I try. That's what I strive for. I 82 actually, not 81.
I don't know.
But that's what I try.
Tara, was that
I'd
question
rather have mix than
the
not mix.
intro question? Was it an admin question in order to get into the group?
No, that was just, obviously when I joined the group, I said a little bit about myself, just a little bit of background about me, what I've got going on right now. And that was the admin's first question. That wasn't just to get into the group, but it was his first question.
It was an admin question.
Possibly to see if what I knew anything, if what I know, what I'm talking about, if I've got a clue. A lot of people in there are very first growers. So, I by no means I'm going to be like, I know everything at all, because I certainly don't.
Well, I don't know the science of this too much, but I remember watching an episode of GrowTube Roundtable. I'm pretty sure Fagroli was on there. They had the Method 7 rep on. And the Method 7 rep, I believe Fagroli's wearing Method 7s. The Method 7 rep was discussing their HPS Plus lens that they had actually.
What I'm wearing right now.
They had it actually patented for the removal of UVC specifically. And they were claiming that HPS emits UVC and that those harmful rays were most necessary to be protected. Your eyes were most necessary to be protected from the UVC rays specifically, and that they had the patent for that. I don't know what you can look up, what truths are what. But I remember the conversation. I don't know if the conversation still exists on Doggo's YouTube channel or GrowTube's YouTube channel, but that conversation did exist. I don't know if you remember that at all about the UVC, but I'm curious if that has anything to do with the mold mitigation, powdery mildew mitigation, any of those other types of things that might come from.
I think you might get a better answer out of Spartan on that specific question, because I think he's a little more educated in that.
Well, I'll tell you a little that I know. HPS does emit the gas when lit, does emit some UVC, but they're encased in glass, which filters out the vast majority of it. And so what does escape is, here comes the air quotes, considered by the government safe and not harmful to humans at those levels.
I think the question that was kind of also based with what I was asked is if I felt like if LED or HPS had a play in taste of the bud. Obviously I've had LED bud and HPS bud and that kind of thing, and I really couldn't say, but I think it just still depends. I think it's just an all-around kind of situation is really kind of what I wanted to get to with them, was that it's not just the lights. It's everything, also it's your soil, it's your newts, it's your care of the plant too. It's not just, an HPS light or an LED light. Now granted, I think obviously I started growing with LED because in my situation, when I very first grew, I had to show my ex-husband that I could cost effectively grow what I wanted to grow and not raise our electric bill. That's why I started growing with LED, because everything I had read at that point was telling me that that was the more cost efficient way kind of situation and more bang for my buck overall, is from what I got from it. Now, I'm still I don't think I would go to HPS at this point, because I'm still in a grow situation at home and it puts off a lot of heat, and I would have to really buck up the air conditioning, and I don't want to be cold. So, he even just said tonight, do we got to turn the air on yet? And I was like, fuck no. So it's got its, I guess, pros and cons in the situation.
I wouldn't run HPS unless somebody gave them to me for free and I didn't have lights. That's the only way I'm running them. But
they work in a pinch. Or
whatever.
I
got a 10 light grow to start up, guys.
Yeah.
I have a CMH sitting in my basement. I'm not using it right now, but
CMH is a nice in between.
Yeah, and you bet your ass if light goes out and I need something to light it up, I will use it. I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying it's not as good.
Yeah.
If I have an LED, I'm going to run the LED. I'm not going to fucking run the CMH.
Yeah.
I got a HPS in the basement too. We're not going to run it now because we don't need it, but it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Poor Pedro bumped one of his LEDs in his recent move, and he's got like a nice section of his chilled LED light out now, and you can see the little scratch right across the bar where he knocked it. But hey, while I've got the mic, happy birthday, Becca, and as well as Chuck D's Nugs.
Oh, I didn't know.
I missed him at the pledge. We didn't get in there this time.
Yeah, dude. I apologize. It was so busy.
No, we waited in line. There was a line. First of all,
I didn't see the text at all. And
no, this was way before that.
I couldn't even answer. It was pretty much 2 hours straight of just a line.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very busy. We were so bummed to not go. I'm so sick of working every Saturday. But the other thing is normally there's like a month where it's Saturdays and Sundays, so I would get to pick. So I was really bummed that this whole month is all Saturdays. So I'm working really hard to try to go to a Saturday at the Fledge. But there's other things I want to go to also on Saturdays coming up. So
Yeah, we are hitting that time where there's all kinds of cannabis events
back
going on.
race.
You have to
Really
start
can't
making
stop to find
choices.
stock. I know people were there early for that. And shout out Chuck D's Nugs. I've been showing this off a little bit when it was.
That's cool.
But now it is used. It has a huge hole in it, so it requires.
He made that?
Boom. No,
Whoa.
the
Oh,
artist. Ben.
nice. Cool little wood burning.
Yeah, dude, check that out. It's like a.
Oh, 3M. That's
Sticker?
dope.
it's
That's
a
cool.
wooden sticker. Talk about
That's really cool.
selling
Did you say a
sticker.
wooden sticker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neat.
a wooden sticker. Which, super thin. I don't know.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Maybe some type of balsa wood.
You'll have to post that later.
Yeah, it's super cool. And then this is super thick handle. It's fumed.
Yeah, really cool.
So do you just like put a full nug in there and light it up, or what? Or you got to use a screen.
No,
or
there's a
something?
screen. There's glass
Okay.
screens. That's I don't know if the bowl is the same artist, but the glass screens.
Oh, glass screen, sweet.
Oh, nice.
There's one in there. The hole is plugged.
Oh, yeah, I can see compared to where the hole was. 'Cause that
Yes,
hole
yes.
is huge.
If you guys finish the show and you restart the show and rewatch it for a second, third, fourth, or fifth time, the holes you can. I showed it a couple times when it was clean.
Still like the 25-minute mark.
Red showed his clean hole. Now his hole is dirty, but if you rewind to see it clean.
But he filled it up and
Hole
it's
is
no
bad.
longer.
Puffed on. Happy birthday, Chuck. And thank you. And yeah, everybody, happy birthday, Becca.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah.
I hope you had a great day.
I was
have
gonna play the birthday song, but I don't want to skip.
I'm skunk dabs just about all day.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
And what else did I do? I watched some TV that normally I won't watch because it's a like
What'd you watch? What'd you watch?
Really show.
Tell us.
The Notebook.
No. Vampire Diaries.
Oh my god.
Diaries.
It's just like a guilty pleasure, you know.
Yep.
Her
I'll
loving
watch it.
husband sat through it all.
I'll
Oh
watch
no.
That's
it.
sweet.
He watched with me.
Sat and watched.
He
it.
asks questions. He knows about it. It's whatever.
It's whatever. I took a nap. I'm feeling hella under the weather. All of a sudden, this bug hit me.
Oh.
I had to take a fucking COVID test and shit, see what the hell it was. And
Oh, let me know because I was vending right next to you all day.
Goodness.
I honestly feel like
Emily's sick too. She's not feeling good.
body chills. Negative on the COVID test, but body chills hella bad and just like super weak. So I haven't been a very good birthday husband. I made breakfast and I was gonna make dinner and everything, but I've been useless. I'm super fucking exhausted today.
I'm sure you'll make it up to her.
Yeah, totally. We have actually an anniversary coming up in the next couple of days. We met on March 5th and we started dating on like March 10th. We went on our first date. So
That's awesome.
we have all that going on. My birthday's at the end of the month. We have family birthdays, tons of them. So March is a huge busy month as it is. So I'm geeked that she wanted to spend her day just lounging around the house.
I'm so tired. We've been just doing so much work this last week.
Yeah.
It's like wanting to go out to eat sounds like so much work. I'd rather just relax.
Sometimes that's nice too. Nothing wrong with it.
A lot of babies born in March. Shout out to all the spring babies.
Yeah,
It is in spring.
we're about ready to have spring kittens here in our house.
Spring kittens.
Yes.
Spring puppies, spring kittens.
New experience. Never done that one before.
With the dogs, you're bringing
Well, they-
little baby cats and
Yep.
dogs.
Well, the two cats are already here. Mom and dad are already here, so dogs are already used to mom and dad, and they're
Okay.
used to the dogs. So we'll see how it goes.
How many?
I don't know yet.
Oh, I guess C5.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't tell for sure, but right now I can feel it like at least 3 different things going on in her belly. So
Hopefully,
Isn't it essentially half the amount of nipples they have? Isn't that
That's
for all
what
mammals?
I've been reading so
Ooh.
far, and she got a lot of nipples, so I'm hoping that it's not like that. So
Well, if she's got 12 nipples, you might have 6
What?
little kitties
she
running
has
around this
12
all day.
nipples, so
There you
Different
go.
female cats have different number of nipples.
that's what they say.
Well, not all mammals,
They
but yeah,
have
mammals
those, they get
like
engorged.
humans have 2, right? We typically
Yeah.
have 1
Yeah,
baby.
but I'm saying all cats don't have the same.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't.
Oh, okay. That's what I was saying. Like,
I would assume different breeds of
I
dogs
think
and
they
cats.
that's
have-
what I'm saying. Maybe different breeds of cats.
I think
Yeah.
some get more engorged than the other, and are yours.
But
I don't know.
I'm gonna push back a little bit on the all mammal things because what about people? Well, I guess they only have one at a time. I guess that's
yeah,
true.
we typically
Yeah.
have. We
Half-
can have
half.
twins, we can have triplets, and we can certainly have
I
start
think,
IVFing
yeah.
it up to 8 and stuff. But
Yeah, but that's usually
yeah, oh, yeah.
scientifically involved.
Yeah, Spartan, do you have 4?
Oh, I do, man. I showed you.
What is interesting about that is that men have nipples, and it's about the embryo. Whatever we all start as, I don't know, an embryo or whatever. It's same sex or something like that. I don't know what the deal with men having nipple is completely. I'm not a scientist about that, but male dogs have nipples. I'm sure male
Yep.
cats have nipples.
Yep.
Ruben's
I
got
think it's
so
just a
many.
mammal thing.
They're like all up his belly.
Yep.
I was not expecting
Even though he
that.
doesn't have babies.
Shout out to Justin Bean, hard to milk a cat.
Shut
What a
up.
fucker. What a fucker.
Milk anything with nipples.
From the movie The Fockers. I don't know.
I don't
Couldn't you
remember
milk
that.
me?
Yeah.
Remember that.
Well, I'm a cat fucker. You milk me?
Yeah.
Could you imagine, father? You're meeting the father-in-law, and it's like he's an asshole like that.
Yeah.
But he was, to be fair, he was lying. He was like, I just got down there and I just milked the little cat nipples,
My
and for the
my
little
father-in-law,
kittens.
he was exactly like that. If you, the first time he met,
What,
my,
like Robert?
no, I mean my ex. Well, I don't only call him my ex. He's not
No,
my
like the
ex.
De Niro character or like the Stiller character?
No, but the very first time he met my brother-in-law to be, he grabbed him by his junk and was like, "Hi,
What?
nice to meet you."
That's fucking weird.
And I was like,
Sexual assault.
"What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, that's another word for it too.
What the fuck is this shit?" And I had no idea what was going on.
I'd rather take the fucking sarcastic mickle or nipple milking comments than that.
Yeah, or my uncle who would just sit on the porch with a shotgun every time they showed up.
Yeah, that's a classic.
My father-in-law was too much. He was from Russell Springs, Kentucky, and his name was Delno Wilson.
Of Kentucky.
He was a riot. I mean, wow. Little 5 foot something guy, just a pistol. Yeah, he was a something else. Wow.
Pistol Pete, they call him, huh?
Oh boy. Yeah, he's something else.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, see, I'm just pumping along in flower. We got day 30-ish in all the flower rooms. We got one of our stuff is on point with y'all, Tara. in
Yes,
that
we
tree.
are right. Nose and nose.
I think it's the Tricone Forge room.
I believe so too.
And then
Yeah,
this room's 8 days ahead of that. But
Okay.
yeah, we're well into flower, so I'm just kind of waiting. Feeding the plants, nothing too special.
Yeah, we're on
Yeah.
autopilot too. I stripped everybody out,
Exactly.
and downstairs got stripped the other day. They are just a week into flower, so we're a good few weeks behind. Almost 4 solid weeks behind downstairs and stuff. So, but I got stuff ready to go right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw my veg, like
yeah.
I finally got all the clones into little quarter gallons. So there's just ungodly amount of clones or little plants. But
A lot of clones right now. I need to
Speaking
get
of,
a couple of more Grodans.
We just took inventory finally the other day.
Oh,
I don't want to tell you how many plants.
yeah,
we
we're
had.
not talking about that.
oh yeah. Sometimes
Just
that's
because
like
we
a-
got a little science
12.
stuff. We
There's
got
12.
we got science
There's
stuff
plants.
going on, so nobody's
What's
got
the
any.
highest plant count?
Nobody's got any
Well-
roots yet.
Whatever
Oh,
it
you
is,
guys have the
yeah.
same plant count. That's cool.
Yeah.
No, not that one from what I'm hearing. No.
I thought Michigan doesn't have plant counts anymore, as long as you're
Right.
willing to take a misdemeanor.
Yep.
So speaking of feeding plants and autopilot, can I tell you guys a story?
Dude,
Yep.
Of course.
So as you guys know, but the audience probably doesn't, I took a little family vacation and we drove out of state and spent, I don't know, a week or so gone out of state with really no contingency plans for the garden. I've done this before and I haven't had any issues in the past, no real issues. I never like lost a full crop or anything. I guess I have gone away and had a dehoot die on me and lose a lot to powdery mildew, but that was a long time ago. Last week, whatever it was, week and a half ago, something like that. I had to do the same thing, and we were leaving town driving, and we were about 5 hours late because I was kind of last minute setting up an irrigation system to get all my plants fed daily, so I didn't have to, hire anybody to do that or rely on someone to do that or worry about it otherwise. And I'm just, just feeding water, so I don't have to worry about like clogged nozzles or anything like that. It's just like a water only soil. Just got to make sure it's getting enough water and that each plant's, is getting water, whether it's in flower and veg, whether it's a, 1 gallon and a 10 gallon, 15 gallon, a clone even. And so I'm setting up the irrigation system and I'm kind of just rebuilding what I've used in the past. Some of the frameworks, the manifold is still there. So I had to, run some hot water through it, some bleach, clean it all out, rinse the whole system, set up the drippers, which I just left open nozzles on one side of the flower room and then actually used drippers on the other side of the flower room. Don't ask why. It's just what I ended up doing. I like the drippers. You just, you end up running like a 20-minute timer versus like a 2-minute timer. So it's a lot slower of a feed, I guess. But in any case, the flower room was good to go. I kind of, tested it, ran it, sweet, set the timers up. I'm just using TrollMaster, just the program switches. So it's just a program outlet that you can set to run on a cycle or based on a timer or whatever. And so all it is basically a smart outlet that attaches to the TrollMaster, which attaches to the TrollMaster app, which attaches to my phone. So I can control things like CO2, lighting schedule, I don't know, whatever else is attached to it, the irrigation system, right? Set all that up in the flower room, kind of the most important part of it. Mind you, we're or pretty much a month out from Hash Bash Cup. So I got to make sure all this, gets harvested for that. Otherwise I'm showing up empty handed pretty much. And flower room's good to go. So sweet. Move on to the veg room. Veg room, a lot less plants, more compact area, but like a lot of different, stuff had just been transplanted, stuff needed to be probably put in a flower, like just a whole variety of plants, different sizes. All on one table, pretty much under one light. So I go to set up this manifold, kind of rebuilding that again from the previous system. 3 different reservoirs, 3 different manifolds, 3 different timers, 2 in flower, 1 in veg. And I go to start hooking up basically the manifold with the hoses going, with tees going to, I don't know, 20 plants or something like that. And I realized I don't actually even have the tip of the Floraflex manifold that I'm using. So that head that sits on top with the 8 nozzles that come out with the 90 degrees, I don't have that head. So I have no way of actually dispersing the water to all these plants. I'm like, all right, well, maybe I go to Menards or something. Maybe I just wait for the grow store to open up. I'm like, all right, I'll wait for the grow store to open up. Go over there. I get the head, go back home, go to put the thing on, and there's like a part missing. I'm like, I don't know what's missing here, but I can't attach this Floraflex head to this Floraflex green, vertical part because there's just something missing. So I look up on their website. Of course, it's this like quick disconnect, like male to male or female to female connection type deal, and it's like $1.98 or something.
Oh my god!
And yeah, and so I had to go back to the store just to get that, so I can finish setting up the irrigation system, so that I have lime skunk and clementine and garlic punch and all these strains I've had for so long, so that I have them in a week, right? So I go back to the grocery store. Fortunately, they have that part. I pay them the $2. I rush back home. I click it in. I set up the manifold. I set it up on a timer, like an actual timer, because I only have 2 of those program switches for TrollMaster. So this one is like set it and forget it. I don't have any way to control it from an app or anything. And I set that one up, made sure there was water in all the reses, put up a camera in the flower room just so I could check in on it, and off we went. Well, day 2, day 3 goes by, like, I don't see any issues. I briefly check in on things, looking at graphs and stuff. Everything looks fine. Day like 4, wake up in the morning, I look at the camera, and I'm like, oh fuck. There's one plant, and I can only see like a third of the room. You know what I mean? It's like an overhead view of basically the reservoirs, so I can sort of see how much water's in there, at least like halfway, and then like a couple plants on each side of the room. Because it's 2 different irrigation systems. And in the middle, there's kind of a gap because there's not really like any plants or light there, direct light anyway. And I just immediately noticed one of the plants on the floor, not on the tables, but one on the floor, is just sagging. It looks like it's starting to wilt or something. And I'm like, oh no. But that was the least of my worries, because immediately upon being sad about that, I realized there's a puddle on the floor, a puddle of water on the floor. And I'm like, oh no, something happened. Maybe I tripped over a cord. Maybe something blew out. Maybe the nozzle a T connection wasn't pushed in. Something happened, and the irrigation system is just pouring out onto the ground for 2 minutes, 18 minutes, whatever it was. I forget what side that was that had the nozzles, but however long it was, and it's just leaking water. And I immediately, of course, start panicking. Now, of course, I'm like, do I call Red? Do I call Smart? Like, do I call Tara? Like, I gotta call somebody. No one's ever, none of you guys ever, I don't think, walked a step foot in my garden. So it's like kind of a lot to ask that right off the bat. But you guys obviously know what you're doing. I could trust you guys to do something like that. But I've got a couple close friends who have been around, and they're not really gardeners to the extent we are, but like people I could trust. So I hit up one of them, and it's like, dude, like, he's like, I'm working 3 days straight. There's no way I can get over there right away. He's like, I'm sorry. If I can find the time, I'll make it over there. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I got someone else I can call. Someone else that's a lot closer. Someone else I can trust. And I'm like, let me figure this out. So I kind of like, I'm sitting, I haven't called the second person yet, but I'm like thinking, like, what do I do? I'm looking back at the Trollmaster app, like trying to figure out, like, if there's water in the reservoir, if it all drained out, what happened. And finally the lights turn on. And what is our afternoon or evening or whatever. And so I had to wait a good chunk of the day for this to happen. But the lights turn on, and I confirmed that there's in fact a large puddle on the ground. But the plant that was wilted is now praying. It's just like, hey, we're back, and I'm like, all right, well, that must have got watered. And I'm like, oh, wait, maybe it's just because the lights went out, and it was just they rest at night. Maybe it was just doing that. I'm like, okay, well, what about this water on the ground? I kind of take a closer look. I zoom in, and I can see like every like half second, a second. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with the frame rate. There's like a little flicker of light. Like, what is that little glare? I zoom in on my stupid, pixelated camera. Zoom in. I'm like, oh my god, there's water dripping from something. From the roof? No. Oh, it's my dehumidifier is just leaking out of the corner. And what had happened is the hose got clogged. It's been a long time since I like changed that or cleaned it or anything like that. And the hose was just kinked, clogged, whatever. And it was doing what a Quest dehumidifier rather does when it has a clogged hose. It just starts leaking out of the bottom of the unit. And it's like whatever corner is angled, if it's ideally it should be level, but if there's a corner that's angled lower than the rest, it just starts dripping out of that corner of the dehumidifier constantly, because it can't go anywhere, it's just overfilling. And so that's what it was. And I've seen this before, so I was pretty confident based on this video that that's what it was. It looked like, the tops of the soil that I could see were moist, because they were getting fed right as the lights came on. I kind of like, all right, I'm gonna just keep my fingers crossed and let's just keep going, And mind you, I don't have a view of the veg room at all. I don't have control of the water or anything like that. But I guess if I had to, I could re-veg some flower plants. You know what I mean? But all in all, I think it was like 7-8 days we were gone, and fingers crossed, and a couple extra hours of irrigation work, and everything was fine. So another family vacation down with survival of the fittest of the strains.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's nice.
Dude, the anxiety I would have seeing seeing it off rip. The first you got a puddle, and there's a plant not getting water. Seemingly, so it's like,
I think I should not put up a camera. I think for
yeah,
anyone to do that next
it's almost like, yeah.
No, because you
Because
still
what
got
are you
that
gonna do?
rule.
Are you gonna turn around? Anyways. So
No, but
Well,
once you
dude,
figured
actually-
it out, you were fine. So thank God for the camera, because
But,
otherwise,
yeah, I know that is true. But I would have just had no panic, no anxiety anyway. You know what I
you
mean?
would have fucking stressed the whole time if you had no information and just like, I left it. I hope it works.
I know,
You tell me
I
you
know.
wouldn't even. You would have
And-
no
and-
panic and anxiety.
Yeah, a couple of lessons from this for sure is like definitely have a contingency plan. Like have a friend that isn't going to just dump like pH down in your reservoir and like feed plants, but like have a friend that like is willing to follow simple instruction and is capable, able, and maybe does garden themselves. Although maybe you don't want to bring in over any bugs. I don't know, just figure it out that way and who you can trust and rely on. Also, don't set up your freaking irrigation system the day you're leaving. Like, give it a couple days, a test run.
Test runs have. At least a cycle through the timer is always at least nice to have.
Yeah, at least one. See, I think I did that with flour. At least I tested it through the app and all that, so I knew I could even manually do it. But I kind of figured out how much water is getting through. But yeah, I mean I used the whole reservoirs, so like I couldn't go really probably another day. Well, probably no longer than 2 days longer. Because those reservoirs were empty. They were like the 44-gallon brute containers, or whatever. But yeah, got lucky, I guess. I don't know. It was if that was the worst problem. And then for the clones, I literally just put the tops on I took like recent clones, and it's like, what are you going to do? You can't let them dry out because they will. So I just filled them up with water, put the tops on, and that was it. Came back and they were, pretty much just frozen in time.
Those long trips are hard. It's always those are the toughest ones.
Yeah.
We usually are only a couple days tops, but when we've gone on longer trips.
Our honeymoon was like 11 days or something like that. 12 days. It's probably the longest I've been.
It's like testing things a couple times, having a backup plan for filling more water from being away. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice when it works.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, the last time we went away, we lost a whole tent. So, yeah. Thankful for the people that can help when they can help.
I will say, Baked, you made me think of something. I did my panic contingency plan was to use all of the miles I've saved up in my lifetime to get a flight back and forth. Just
that's not a bad idea,
bro. I was gonna do it if I had to, but I probably would have been running through my phone book calling each and every one of you first.
You should have.
Yeah, well, yeah, you definitely should have.
$100 an hour just figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Me of everybody probably would have been able.
I got a hybrid. I can get up there.
To hop in the car and zoom up. So
yeah, you would have all been driving.
But yeah, that's the thing. That's why those floor drains are so not only floor drains but properly placed and concrete around it a floor drain. So anything in your room is going. So it's like, all right, well, at least if let's say it wasn't just the plant that you thought wasn't getting water, it was just the water on the ground. Oh well, yeah, you're wasting water, but you don't have to fly back for that. Yeah, it's going down the drain.
No one's there to slip on it,
Yeah. Don't forget the yellow sign.
Yeah. Get your squeegees out.
How was Ruben at the Fledge?
I got to see him.
He did so good for his time. Way better. He's overall kind of a lot, for us at home.
Yeah.
But being around all the people, he just is
great.
in love with everyone.
That's good. That's
every
good.
interaction. He's just
Yeah.
His teeth in my beard.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him again. He's so
He
sweet.
loves direct mouth kisses from
Oh, okay.
He's
Cool.
he's a little frisky. But he's good. I was running him up and down the sidewalk, just tiring him out a bit, and he slept for a lot of the day. So he was pretty good.
Good.
And everyone loves him. So
Oh, I'm sure he's easy to love.
some people really don't like when dogs jump on them. And so that's my first reaction is always to not let him jump. But he loves it. He wants to be
Yeah.
all up in everyone's business.
Little cutie.
He's very curious
Very
about
social.
everything.
Yeah,
He's eating everything.
just no
You
rock.
really like the smell of clementine. She's like, he'll eat the bag. He'll eat the bag.
Delete everything.
He just ate a bud when we got home, I think, last night.
Yeah, we
maybe.
got home. He just snatches a bun off the wrong tray.
He
Oh,
just
fucker.
so fast. So fast.
I've given him a couple little sugar leaves. Here you go, buddy. Ooh, that's good. You know, he likes giving him a leaf or two, like at the farm. I'll prune a couple and take them to him. Oh, I like leaves.
Yeah,
So he
loves
likes leaves.
And he's around the smoke. Like, it's obviously in the air. We try not to blow it towards him,
Just
really.
walk away from him.
But yeah, he's a little stoner dog. His eyes get so droopy and like,
Oh my god, yeah, that's a
tell if he found something on the ground from just trimming or anything. I can tell because his eyes are like extra droopy, so red.
It's the droop that gets red.
It reminded me like a basset hound look.
Really, his eyes are red.
Yeah, his eyes are not red. It's all his.
It's droop. he's got hound eyes.
So
There's hounds somewhere in the Irish Setter, and
he
I
got
think
those.
it's in the Golden Retriever also. But yeah, I think it's Basset Hound that's in those breeds. So there's definitely those qualities showing up.
Nice. He looks like I used to have a basset hound, and he looks like I can see it in him. Like,
Yeah, he's
his face, like his eye, especially his eye looks just like.
nose is pointy.
And he's gotten so
Ears,
big.
long
Like, you guys
ears.
remember the first day we had him? He was like
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little nugget. Such a nugget. And now he's like he's long legs, teenager boy.
He's all legs and elbows and.
He's getting into everything in the backyard as well. Luckily, like, the garden is separate and you can't get back there. And
Yeah.
because he's destroying the rest of everything else. So it would not be good.
There's a fold-up chair. There's foam everywhere out there. He likes to dig. Unfortunately, he's digging in our pathways. I'm trying to just give him like a spot in the yard. Go ahead, dig a hole. It's fine. You can have this spot as your digging spot.
Yeah.
But he's focusing on pathways, and it's like that's not. Like,
He's like, that's not the good spot, Dad.
It's here to dig.
This over here is the good spot.
we'll have this hole, and that can be your hole. But it's like by the fence, you know, like you can't get on the
Yeah.
fence, you know. He's learning like to get away from stuff when we tell him to leave it and shit like that. He's doing pretty good.
He does know words.
He's starting to learn our language.
He understands when we want him to not do something. He knows. Dad. He'll run the opposite way. He's like, nope.
He picks something up and he's like, "Are you gonna chase me and try to get it from me? Can I try to bite you again? Come on, try to get this thing from me so I can
Fun
bite you.
for
Let's go."
him. So it's more like we have to train ourselves to be calm and like not overreact or anything like that, which is hard. Like, he's still a little biter. He bites our ankles and arms and stuff.
It's hard not to flinch.
And yeah, like, because you're not supposed to respond. You're supposed to like turn away, but then he's biting your ankles.
He's
and that
actually
hurts.
Yeah.
He's not just hurting you. Like, he's actually like, I'm filled with bleeding. Like, he could give me stitches. Like, I would need stitches if I just let him gnaw on me. Like, he fucking hurt. His teeth are fucking razors.
They're falling
Makes
out.
me bleed every single day. It's fuck.
They're
Little
finally
shit.
starting to fall out.
My little baby, but I call him a little shit. He's a little shit. I love him to death. And it's tough right now, but you know, all dogs are tough when they're babies. I remember when Diogi was a puppy, he used to eat my boots. He ate everything. If it was leather, he would eat belts, he would eat boots. I worked in kitchens, so he loved my fucking steel toe non-slip boots. You know, they were all full of fucking grease and everything. He chewed up banisters. Like, he tore Daddy Red's house. That house is, he peed. My carpets are destroyed from pee. His social anxiety was that. And that's what I was like, you know, I was always told to get rid of him. Get rid of the dog, man. You know, and that's, you know, a lot of times what people will tell you. But then, you know, he got older, and I wouldn't change any of that stuff for anything. You know what I mean? All those years later, dogs become manageable and they get better. and then they're the family pet. It just takes a couple years to break them in. Sometimes a lot less time
Teach
than
them.
that, you know. But that adolescence phase is fucking. Depending on the breed, if you have a cattle dog or something like that, those dogs are rambunctious. Tara, you got yourself a couple of rambunctious boxers. Those are rambunctious dogs, but usually boxers are really, really, really friendly. And
Oh, they're super friendly. They're just very, very like want to be like in your shit.
yeah, and you know, dogs are, you know, he's definitely dogs are people too. They're in their family.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs have nipples.
Ruben's
Boy
on the
dogs have
counter.
nipples.
He's on the counter now. He's like
Oh.
anything on the counter. You know,
That big? Oh my
he wants less. And so it's dangerous. He's already stolen a whole plate of bacon.
Stole a
I
plate
got
of
mad
bacon.
about that.
Just
And
don't let them get any plastic.
we're trying so hard. There's been
He
a couple
picks shit up,
things.
yeah.
So literally, Xena got into a plastic bag a few weeks ago. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, he already ate a nitrile glove. Came out of the with the glove. He
God.
tried to deter him and get him some food, and he gobbled it down with the food, so it didn't work. And
We don't know if it came
I'm
out.
just not sure if it came out. I guess.
I'm sure it did. I mean, you would have known by now.
What else is he eating? He ate like he ate like a dude. There's just trash all over the place this time of year. You know what I mean? Like the snow melt and everything, and windy days after trash pickup, and just the neighborhood's got 1,000 homes. There's trash everywhere. There, I mean, we're ready to just do a walk with a garbage bag and just pick up shit on our walk because it is really bad and it's dangerous for the dog.
We have to like watch the sidewalk just as hard as him for all the trash.
He puts everything in his mouth
Because he will take
Everything.
everything.
There's a specifically there's a toothpick, one of those what the fuck tooth floss pick. You know what I mean? Those things are laying around. That thing.
A lot of cigarette butts.
Yeah, he's usually pretty good about staying away from cigarette butts, but he did pick up like one of those burger wrappers that are like foil, you know, and just start gnawing on that thing. Had to try to get that out of his mouth.
Hopefully, it doesn't have any cavities. Whew.
Seriously, yes. But he's been really good about everything else aside from putting things in his mouth.
He likes paper towel too. A lot. Luckily, right now we've got some fancy bamboo paper towels, so I don't feel as bad as him if he eats that, but still rather he not.
Now that we're coming up on hash time, I want to show you guys something.
Let's see it.
Let's see. This got brought up on variables. I think it was Superior Buds, who I think is in chat right now. Have you guys seen this yet?
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
I haven't.
We'll let this play, and then I want to talk about it. And I'm going to talk about this, really. So for the listeners, they're using an ultrasonic cleaner without the heat turned on to cure rosin much quicker rather than in a couple, 3-4 days. They're doing it in like, an hour or two, something like that. So they're adding ice to maintain temperature.
I was going to say with no heat, that's the key there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait until your jar has gone through all the stages of nucleation and is ready for the whip. Last step, remove your jar from the water, give it a whip, and congrats. You've just made cold cured hash in 2 hours instead of 2 to 3 days. That's a Low Temp Industries post. And, I don't have a whole lot to say about that tech. I think it's cool if that, speeds up the process. That's always, a good thing, I suppose. It seems like we're adding an extra step to something we don't need to do or something. I don't know, for some reason, it just seems like we're using extra expensive equipment to do something that we could probably do with something else. I don't know. There's got to be something else to this, but I got a kick out of this comment on the side here from Propane Jane, who I followed today because of this. It's like BHO batter, but rosin. Cheers, and got a laugh out of the Low Temp Industries post.
They're probably just going to start selling those units.
Of course. I think that's the idea here.
Well, I mean, you can buy those off Amazon.
So, and then Humboldt dude says, if you could consider a lower terpene content and higher fat content better, then sure. And then, so since I posted this on my story, at the .jippy has deleted their comments, but they were talking about how in when they're at a party or whatever, and someone brings BHO, that they can smell the chemicals from across the room. And I actually started laughing out loud because I know, that distilled solvents don't have any taste. They don't have any odor. They're odorless, tasteless. That's nothing. I mean, it's a residual solvent. There could be something in there if it's not, properly purged, but you're not going to taste it. You're not going to smell it. And if they're smelling something, I would assume it's terps. And it made me laugh even harder because I go, are they just smoking stuff that doesn't have terps and they're smelling terps for the first time? But I just wanted to clear up any misinformation or misunderstanding that people might have about those hydrocarbons that are being distilled and used in this process. They don't have any smell or taste. You're not going to be able to smell or taste them. If you smell something or taste something bad that's in your oil, it could be that the oil is dirty and not distilled or something, which stay away from that producer anyway. Or it could be that you're smelling something else in the plant that was processed with it too. It might not just be terps. It could be something else, but it's not the hydrocarbons. Not if it's done correctly, guys. That's not how it works. Cheers.
Yep, I agree. After you're done with that dab, I want you to tell me about how that turned out with the mix of the Clem and the Spartan Puke, because I love the Spartan Puke fucking dab high. Like, it just took it, and it's like a punch to the fucking brain every time. It doesn't have much on the terp department. So
Open it up, Becca, if you would.
So I'm interested. I know the Clem's brings terps.
Try it.
Yeah, don't spill it. It's a juicy one.
Ooh.
Nice fat rocks in there.
I'm just gonna tip it over.
But yeah, just as terpy as any Clem extract. It's have you tried it yet? Okay.
I'm about to.
Okay, so
which one is it? No,
85% approximately.
Do a big dab.
And only 15% Spartan Puke, because it was what was left over of that. And I think it was 14. It was whatever one had more of the two, I think. So I really tried to do like a half and half on the initial run. But me personally, as well as at least half a dozen, maybe close to a dozen people, probably more like a dozen people at the event yesterday agreed that it adds a little bit of that ripened fruit, like the papaya, mango, guava, whatever it is, that kind of like more rotten fruit to that clementine. And it's even with that 15% addition, it's enough to kind of change the flavor profile noticeably. In terms of the effects, I actually don't even think I've cracked a jar of it myself, because I'm still getting through just the straight Clem from previous, but I mean, I have one set aside, so I'll get there eventually. But maybe Becca or someone else can share that with us before we end the show.
I definitely smell that. It's more like a sour fruit, or like rotten, like not quite rotten, but like getting there, like perfectly ripe.
Yeah, ripe to getting or overripe, we'll say.
Yeah, not rotten. Yeah, just definitely like.
So I didn't get to smell
last day
the
at the grocery
lemon
store.
juice, but I smelled what Baked had. I was over his place this week, and he just has obviously what you guys, not a mixer.
Rosin.
Yeah, and I got off of that though. I really got like a stank, like stank from it. there was, and I wouldn't so much say the high was there for me, but there was a stank on that. I mean, like a funky, like cheesy, like, funk.
Man, I would say you got to do a bigger dab, because if you do a decent sized dab of this stuff,
well, I don't feel like you should have to do a really big. You know what I mean? I don't like to do a real big dab, because you shouldn't have to. I feel like.
What are you scared of, Tara?
No, it's not that. I just feel like you shouldn't have to.
I didn't say you had to. I said you should do one. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, I do though. I think it's always necessary.
Back to the dab.
I'm not saying always. I'm not saying you didn't want to go get in the car.
Where's the flights?
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Flights back again.
Where's the flights for going?
I only have one left, guys.
Oh,
Like literally one.
No, we found it. We found it. We
one is the
Just one little
loneliest.
No, I will say that we.
Is that a memento? Just a jar.
No, it was just a backup dab, actually.
Yeah,
In case of emergency, break glass.
break
yeah.
That's what you should. Yeah, you should put that somewhere with a little tiny hammer.
I should. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good idea, guys. You guys are so awesome.
Lego hammer.
I lost my train of thought. But I did.
We could not get it over.
Well, Bake, speaking of that Spartan puke, do you have the number 4 in clone form right now?
Number 4.
Yeah, because I wanted to run it.
Number 14.
No, the other one. What was the other one?
19.
19.
What was
19,
the-
4, and then there was like 2.
Yeah, 4. I want 4.
14.
14, I think, is what
Oh,
I
was
got.
it 14? I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay, then 14. I want 14.
Yeah, 14 is the one you like. That's super Mac, look like Mac. And then
And I think that's the
19
one that
was
was
the
added
one
to
that
the
looked all right, but was like, to me, more Donnie structure and like.
Turkey.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I got 14. Everything's reset now, so yeah, I'll be able to take cuts in a couple weeks.
I
Yep.
remember what I was gonna say. I did get some rosin from the event, and I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to do that. But you know how I like doing that Q-tip test,
Oh, I hate this.
bro.
Yep.
I'm not gonna pull them out from my trash right now, but I had to open a new box of Q-tips,
Oh.
and I literally took clementine and used that as a solvent to clean my damn rig.
Yeah.
It was bad, guys. It was real bad. It took like 3 dabs worth of clementine just to clear all that black off the nail. It was. I mean, I could have just dunked it or whatever, but it's an e-nail. It's a whole thing. You know, I'd rather just take a couple quick dabs.
Yeah.
They're not all like
you,
that.
You ever
They're not.
use that oil stuff? What is it called? Where you
Goo
drip
gone?
a couple drips in there. The e-nail. You drip a
No.
couple drips. You turn it down to like 350 or something like that.
The blue
Drip
stuff?
a couple drips. It's clear.
Oh, okay.
And it's all natural supposedly on the bottom, but who knows what it is.
Is it water?
And it bubbles and chars, or not chars, but like it bubbles and breaks up the char, and it usually does work. Like if your nail's not too far gone, it'll take any black off. But yeah, and then you just bump it back up. You know, Q-tip all that out and bump it back up. I'll find it. We used to use it with my e-nail a lot.
Real quick while you do that, someone asked me how those squirts are doing. Brandon, he said his came down about 2 weeks ago. One of the phenos has pungent grapefruit terps. That's awesome to hear. Mine are those are the plants that were supposed to be in flower by the time I left, and they were not because they weren't healthy enough to take clones before I left. And the reason they weren't healthy enough is because like I mentioned weeks ago, they're pretty much getting root bound in those 1 gallon pots. They're huge. So I needed to get them transplanted, and I pushed them too long without doing that or really tending enough to them in an overgrown veg room. Finally made the space out of necessity because I was leaving, and got them transplanted and actually trimmed them back a little bit so that I could get some clones off some new growth, which is about ready now. So they're still in veg. That's a long way of saying they're still in veg.
Here's this stuff. It's called Dark Crystal. This is
Smart.
just a website I found on,
okay.
but
I remember
it's
what
not
that-
expensive.
No, I
It's
remember.
non-toxic. But yeah, you just get like a pipette, drip like you'll
Yeah.
have to learn it, but like depending on how hot your e-nail is, you drip like 1 to
Oh, you
to
heat it
5
up and do
drops.
it. Okay.
Yeah, well, you drop
say
your
just-
dab rig. Usually, if it's running, you drop it down, and then. But yeah, if it's off, you only do it to like 350 or something like that. There's a number I haven't done in years, but it breaks up the char, absorbs char, and then you can just Q-tip it out.
That's cool.
Yeah, check it out for real. It's cheap, $4 for a little bottle, so you can, the bottle goes forever. But
Shout
yeah.
out to Hempa Gigi. He said, I love seeing couples sharing this love for the cannabis plant. The panel's just so beautiful looking right now. Change is no longer coming. It's here, y'all. Welcome to this new cannabis world. And you should, he's got his own channel too, so check him out on
Cool.
YouTube.
What's his
Cheers.
channel?
That was a good dab. I liked it because the clementine flavor was super strong, but the Spartan puke adds the punch.
Happy birthday, Becky.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Everyone-
That's what I was happy with the Spartan puke, because the terps aren't up my alley.
No,
They're there, but they're not up my alley. But
No, I don't think they're even really
it's
there.
the high.
That's what I'm
Yeah, well,
selecting.
they're not even super there, but like they're there enough to that I don't. It's like a flavor I'm not like that great with. Like when I ran papaya, but S1,
Yeah,
that it's similar to that. It's that kind of. It's like for girl said that papaya, grapefruity, like very
mango.
tropically mango flavor.
Yeah,
So and then it's kind of like Becca says, kind of rotten sour. But yeah, but the high is the first time Russ took a big old dab, and he had to give me the thing. I don't think that's happened before, but
yeah.
yeah.
I
And then
was
he's
like,
like, "I'm
whoa, dude.
fucking ripped."
I like the straight Spartan puke. It's like reminds me of a GMO.
Yeah,
Like if I
yeah,
that's what I'm looking for, and I don't have just GMO right now, that's what I would.
yeah, yeah, for sure. That's that Donnie putting in work.
I
I
do
can't
like
wait to run Donnie by itself so we can run that.
the rosin of it is
Yeah.
very, a little more sleepy, I think.
Yep, for sure.
Definitely the I don't know how to put the acai.
Acai.
Acai, yeah.
How is that?
I just tried it. I tried it with a big jar, I think.
Yeah.
I love that flavor. It's kind of like a grapey
Oh,
berry.
really?
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
I like that flavor a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, me too. Okay.
More like a
What
berry.
was the consistency?
Oh man, I can't remember.
Was it like
This was a couple
diamond?
weeks ago. I tried it.
Okay.
I wanted to try it though because I like acai, the fruit. So I was like, I want to try this flavor.
Okay. I love sherbs, so
I was gonna buy some vitamin water this weekend, but it came in a multi-pack, and one of the flavors was acai or whatever, pomegranate, and blueberry, and that wasn't. That's the flavor I didn't
I
want.
don't like hate that one. I like it actually on ice. If when I have it,
Okay,
I like it on
I
ice.
see.
It's I gotta have it really cold.
Wait, you put vitamin water in ice,
Yeah, with a straw.
so it becomes like diluted vitamin water?
Well, yeah, I guess. That,
Wow.
or sometimes if I'm at work,
I got,
I'll have them throw it in the blender with a bunch of ice cubes for me and make me like a icy with it.
oh, that's cool. I would
Yeah.
like that. The lemonade one. They got a lemonade one.
Real easy. You can
Pretty
just
good.
buy you one of those little bullets and do it yourself.
I like that lemonade one as well.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll have to get you at Polly's. They sell this powder lemonade that they make out of natural shit like stevia to sweeten it instead of sugar.
I was gonna say a lot of those powders are just cancer in a
No. This is good shit, and they use turmeric to dye it, so there's no.
Yeah,
know,
so it's ethical.
pretty nice. Yeah. So anyhow, it's just
Awesome.
lemonade. It's just lemonade, and it's fucking good. I've been drinking it for about a month now, and I love it.
Where'd you say you're
Yeah.
getting from?
From Polly's is the only place I can find it.
I'll try mine, but mine usually has less selection.
I'll take a picture of it for the box and show you what it's called.
Okay.
I'll put it in chat.
Why don't you go grab it right now?
Right now? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I thought you'd
I'm
miss me.
I'm
I didn't want
curious.
you guys to
I
miss
really
me.
like lemonade.
You guys gonna be okay? I don't want you to miss me.
Yeah. Oh, I ordered my apple trees.
Oh, cool.
I ordered 3 apple trees from Stark's. I think Stark Bros. I think that's what it's called. I ordered a Honeycrisp semi-dwarf bare root. I think it's organic. That was the only one I had an option of. So it should get to like 10 to 15 feet tall. And then I ordered. You have to order something different than a Honeycrisp pretty much, and there's a list. So I ordered Crimson Crisp, which is some like special crisp
okay, I know what
one.
you're talking about now. The pure.
Okay,
I know
I'll
what
check
it is.
that out. And then I ordered Kinder Crisp, which is supposed to be like little tiny honey crisps.
And another thing, it says that they come with like these little. There's 5 little packets in here, and
5
they say,
packets for that big old box?
yeah.
Jeez.
Probably
And it
bigger packets.
And it says each packet makes a quart, but I swear to God, dude, I use 1 packet in a gallon, and it's still fucking good.
Okay.
I think there's a grape or a grape mix or something that they have under. It's pure. That's really good too. I've had it in the past. So those
Grape.
a good one. Grape. I think it was a grape.
Oh, I love grape drinks.
Ooh.
You know how Keenan and Kel liked orange soda? I like grape soda.
Oh, I know you.
Fago makes a really
Faygo.
good grape.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They do a really good solid grape.
They do a good grape and a good red.
Yep. Agreed.
And a Rocky Road is
I haven't had grape soda in a while.
I just
Yeah.
always like lemon lime. I like Sprite.
me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
if
that's
I
why I drink Sprite now because I
if
feel
I
like
had
it's
to
the
pick,
cleanest.
I would probably pick Sprite.
Or like what's it, Twist or
Starry.
Oh my god! Don't even talk about that starry shit.
Starry's no good.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
I don't like that. No, the
Squirt.
what's the brand that does the grape soda and the red pop too? But they also have a
Fanta.
lime.
Crush.
There you go.
Crush
There
has
you
a
go.
red
There you
pop,
go,
a
has
grape
that one.
pop, and a red
What's
pop too.
Faygo?
But there's Fago too. That's
Well, Sierra Mist is now Starry.
yeah.
Oh, that's
7-Up. 7-Up.
I
Seven
like
Up's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sprite
That
was
was-
always the best.
Yeah. Sprite's solid.
But now
Ruby
it's
Red Squirt.
clear-
Let's go.
Clear
Damn, we're talking in food early.
bottle freaks me
Brought
out.
up
We're not really
lemon.
talking food. We're
Sorry.
talking drinks.
I count that as food.
This is my birthday dessert. I had 6 cookies today.
Oh,
You had all 6?
Cookies?
We were up the whole day. Yeah.
I haven't even had 6
it.
cookies today.
What?
the only reason I didn't have 6 cookies is because I ate them all.
It's my birthday.
Oh, yesterday you mean?
It's
Yeah.
your birthday. She can.
I had
It's my birthday. I do what I want
I'll eat a
to.
6-pack of cookies if I want to.
Eat cookies if I want to.
I like cookies.
I love. I got a bunch of chocolate
what?
chip and sugar.
We have these
I've been-
nasty chocolate cookies right now that I found in the cabinet, and they're disgusting. Ugh. I was like all excited. I was like, "Ooh, we got some.
me, I guess.
We got some chocolate cookies up here." I took a bite of that. I was like, "Fuck that shit and put it back." Ugh.
Oh,
I got addicted to I'm old. I'm getting old. I can tell because I'm addicted to the oatmeal raisin cookies from the deli at Meyer. Oh my god, they're so good.
It's a good cookie. I mean, it's a good old.
Oh, it's a fucking addicting cookie to me.
Well, Girl Scout cookies are out right now, so I need.
No,
to
that's garbage. That's all garbage to me. What is that processed bullshit? Give me the fucking oatmeal cookie. That's something I understand, except for those Samoas. Yeah, those
I
Samoas.
saw them today. I saw those drug dealers today.
I need Thin Mints so bad.
I saw them
So
twice actually, like 3 times. They're everywhere today.
Love
I
me some
made
Thin Mints. What's the aqua one you got there?
So what,
something new.
so what was it? How much blood did you have to donate to get those
Coffee.
boxes?
Just
man?
2 pints. Toffee Tastics.
I heard they've been
$6
raising
a
prices
box. I haven't opened them because I'm scared to ruin them because they're probably
Okay.
deliciously awful. I made banana nut bread today, and I made candied walnuts to put in it. That was the first
Oh,
time I ever
wow.
made candied walnuts. That was fun and terrifying because it gets so hot. But I made something else I want to show you guys. Also in my story, if I can pause this there. There we go. All right, share the screen.
I love Samoas too.
I've been obsessed with pistachio encrusted like fish and stuff for a couple years now, but I've never once made it. And I had this bag of like Costco lamb, like a rack of lamb chops or whatever, like $20 rack of lamb chops to sit in my fridge. So I'm like, I gotta do
ground up
something with it.
pistachio layer.
I muddled them, and yes, it is muddled
That's a
pistachio.
lot of pistachios.
He just
Oh,
chewed those up and spit them out baked. That's what he did.
Yeah, put some butter, some olive
Well,
oil.
yeah,
some
I
pepper,
guess if you-
a
yeah,
handful
I
of
didn't even think of that.
pistachios. No, but yeah, I'm a sucker for pistachio crusted beef and fish. It's so
I've
good.
never seen anything like that before. Or that's
Mm, yum,
different.
yum, yum, yum.
So you can just throw them in the food processor and just zoom.
Oh yeah, definitely do it that way. I literally took like a muddler and I was mashing
Yeah,
it in my
like that
kitchen for
sounds
way
terrible.
too long. Yeah, it's yeah,
Oh yeah,
way too much effort.
that looks good. Did it get like crusty on the outside, like a bread coating?
So you do mix it like it's probably like 6 parts pistachio nuts to like 1 part breadcrumbs.
Okay, that
And
makes
I kind of feel like maybe I could have used panko or something like that, but I did it on my
Ooh.
smoker, and
Oh,
I
okay.
pan seared it in olive oil at 500 degrees first to kind of get a crispy, outside to the lamb, and then I I pulled it off, put the crust on, and then threw it back on the smoker. But I still had it at like 450 or something like that, and it got up to done temperature, which for this is like 130, way before like that crust like got hard. And that's what I'd like to figure out, is how to get that hard on there without overcooking the meat,
Wow.
So I might have to like get out the old blazer torch and you know what I mean, creme brulee it up a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. I've seen some tricks.
Broil it, man.
I probably should have just broiled it real quick. You can see it's even on a cookie sheet in this picture.
Yeah, just broil that the last little bit.
Well, we ate it all, so maybe next
I
time.
bet you it didn't matter. I bet you still was. J5 in chat says he eat pistachio covered burlap, so he's a big fan as well.
That's pretty funny.
I like pistachios, but I've really never had them in too much of my food before. So I'm gonna have to start looking up some recipes with this.
Well, wait a minute. You haven't had them in your food. Where else have you had them?
I just eat them raw, just like
Yeah,
out of
that's your
the bag.
food.
Shelling them. She said in food.
Pistachios. Like I haven't thought of doing
In a
like
recipe.
Oh, raw. You're saying.
Yeah, raw. I just eat them like raw, out of the bag. I didn't really know you could cook with them like that.
Yeah, it just adds a really rich, nutty flavor. It's pretty nice. Like I said, do it on like beef or fish. I don't know what else, but oh yeah, pistachio ice cream, pistachio pudding, pistachio cake. Like it's great for a lot of those desserts.
Has anybody ever heard of spumoni?
Yeah.
No.
Some people have never heard of it, and that's chocolate, cherry, and pistachio. It is so delicious.
Oh, that sounds good.
So
yeah, it's ice cream
pudding. It's like green.
Yeah.
My mom used to make that all the time.
Oh, that's good too.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Pistachio cookie.
There's spumoni, but what's the other? There's it's on the tip of my tongue. The other one that's 3 different colors of ice cream.
Oh, Neapolitan.
Neapolitan, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? What flavors is that?
Strawberry.
Chocolate.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff.
I always chunked the strawberry.
Did you say you chuck the strawberry? You don't like strawberry?
Yeah.
Well, I love the strawberry, man. I love all
I love the strawberry part. I chuck the vanilla, honestly.
What? What's wrong with you people? Why are you buying shit and throwing it away? What the hell?
Well, that's why I don't buy it.
I'm very
This
weird
is why
about
I live with a family.
I'm weird about vanilla. It's
So
gotta be
somebody would find.
like regular vanilla, not like vanilla bean. I hate vanilla bean.
Well, there's French vanilla,
French
there's
vanilla,
vanilla
yeah.
bean, then there's
vanilla, not
something else vanilla. There's like 3 or 4 vanillas. It's
Regular
ridiculous.
And all
Just
good.
skip vanilla, go with sweet Italian cream.
Like fudge or cookies and cream.
I like
I like fudge too.
Peanut butter.
Oh, I hate peanut
chocolate
Baby,
mint,
obviously
chocolate
Superman,
mint,
guys.
cookie dough.
Dave Martin brings up pistachio baklava too. Come on.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying, dude.
pistachio baklava, yes,
Baklava,
delicious.
yeah.
I've had that once in my life, I think, and I ate a lot of it.
I could eat a tray for sure.
Yeah, so good.
Greek Festival in Cincinnati always falls on my birthday that weekend. Shout out Greek Festival in Cincinnati. Yes, always good.
That was good.
Yes.
White Russian ice cream. What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
It's probably got.
So you just take a scoop of vanilla ice cream and you pour a bunch of Kahlua and vodka.
Yeah, it's just how would that? It'd have to be a Shirley Temple for it to freeze.
Or just wine. Food. So much food, guys.
Yeah,
It's
no,
really
yeah.
growing. Have you guys ever cooked? Well, I know some of us have. You guys ever cooked with, or like even used as for sure, none of us have done this. I used weed leaves as a garnish or anything like that. You ever cooked with it?
No.
Made tea with it?
No, but I want to cook infused foods with it.
I used to put it in my smoothies, just fruit smoothies and stuff. That was fantastic. I just haven't done it in a long time.
I've eaten it straight.
Leaves often. And
Red and Becca made a lot of art with it.
I put it in pesto. I'll put leaves in pesto in
Put
the
in
summertime. And I've got like dried leaves. Sometimes I'll put in soup. I'll throw it in stuff all the time. Smoothies. Sure.
I had to make some blend of spices today because I had never even heard of it, and I assume you can buy it, but it's like think you know how like taco seasoning is like, you know, I don't know what, 7 different spices or something all blended in. You can just for sure you have probably most of those in your cabinet anyway. You could probably make it in a pinch, you know. But it's just easier to buy. Sometimes it's all like dosed out and whatnot, right? But I had to make something today, and of course I didn't have like 3 of the things, and one of them was actually lilac flowers, which I thought was cool. But it was everything in like that sage oregano kind of family. So it was like sage, oregano, thyme, tarragon, which I had because I love chicken tarragon salad. Bay powder, which I've never even seen before. I've only seen bay leaves, but I had those, so I just took like a tiny little corner of a bay leaf and crunched, you know, kick it up
It's
a notch.
crazy bay powder because you're supposed to take the leaf out because it's not good for
Because
us
it's
to
so
eat.
potent, bro. Though, like the essential oils of that are so potent that, like, you know, yeah, you take them out before you eat it. Yeah, I've never seen the powder, but I just, you know, kind of like crinkled it up like tarragon.
Bay leaf at the bottom of the chili. Always got the bay leaf in the chili.
He's got to dig it out. It's like getting the worm at the bottom of the tequila bottle or whatever. But yeah, what else was in there, man? It was some wild stuff. You know, I'm so used to cooking with like the old basic Italian stuff, like the garlic, salt, and pepper. You know, like I don't know, oregano. That was in there too, but a lot of stuff. What's the one like marjoram? Marjoram. What is that? That was out there.
I don't know. Doesn't that have to do? No, that's not the.
Majora's Mask, the second Zelda.
The stuff I have is just a powder, so I don't know. But it's just a liquid powder, so.
Well, there's another one just called it was 2 tablespoons of savory. It just said savory.
Huh.
Like savory what? That's a flavor to me, not like a.
It's a herb.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know that one.
I just saw it recently on a seed website.
Really?
Savory, and I was like, what's that?
I was thinking it was
summer savory seeds. Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was that one little sprinkle mix, and it says it's like savory, and you're supposed to put a little bit in there. That's what I was thinking you were talking about.
All right. I didn't know what that was. And then the last one that I'm just remembering is fennel seed, which I don't have in my spice cabinet. Fennel seed, but
fennel to me is like a licoricey, oniony.
It's potent. It's
very
like a
rye, like a rye flavor.
Yeah,
to me.
more lines with rye, and I
have
it's on some everything bagel seed like blends. So to put like Einstein Bagels, I believe uses fennel seeds in it, and it overtakes everything else.
All right, what are our herbs that we're discussing again?
Here we go.
Thyme, oregano, sage, all the things in that category.
Saffron.
Majory was the first one.
Marjoram.
Majora's Mask.
Margarine. It's not butter.
Right?
It ends with an M. Ends with an M.
Yeah, it's like major jam.
Marjoram, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with what Tara's saying because I'm not right.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I got herbs from the garden today. There's still our oregano is pretty much still alive. We have some parsley plants still green,
awesome.
And some thyme. So that was cool. Put that in the soup. I wish I still had basil, and I ran out of basil. I didn't dry enough of it.
Oh yeah, that was in there. Basil. It said Italian basil, you know, so a sweeter version, I guess. I just had whatever's in there. Parsley, I think, was in there. Maybe it was Italian parsley and sweet basil, I think. There's a lot. There's like 12.
I cook with I put dill in just about all of our food, and rosemary, thyme, oregano, and just about everything.
So what category is that? Like a that's got to be like Greek or something, right? Like all those those kind of category of.
Yeah, it's Greek oregano.
Mediterranean.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of things. Like my family's Greek, so I feel like I tend to cook with a lot of those flavors and things. Okay. And yeah, it's an interesting palette because cinnamon is introduced in all that too.
Really?
So that always throws me.
Okay, I gotta tell you something, Tara. I accidentally put cinnamon in a soup.
Yeah,
I thought it was ginger, and
that's a big difference.
And I was like, no, I ruined this soup. It actually made it it like paired with the pepper and the spices, and it made
Yeah, you know,
like way
it
hotter.
doesn't always have to be compared as a sweet situation kind of thing. Cinnamon can take on a different profile. Like if you put cinnamon in like ground beef, it's way different.
More warming. It was like
It's very warm.
warming heat.
I was just gonna say for warming urban, if you just make a cinnamon tea when you're cold, you'll be warm so much faster.
Oh yeah.
I liked it in soup, like a savory soup. It wasn't bad at all. It added a really cool flavor.
I made French toast one time, and I thought it was cinnamon I was putting in it, but it was actually cumin. I just
Oh no! Oh no!
It wasn't bad. He
I
didn't
love
take
cumin. I
it
put a
first,
ton of it in my chili.
and he was like, he let me eat the whole first piece, and he's like, now I might have put something a little different in there than I normally do, and I was like, well, I don't know, it tasted fine. I ate it, and it did. I could not tell the difference. I had no trouble with it.
I just quick grabbed where I thought was the cinnamon was there, and I just thought it said cinnamon. I didn't read it. It just said later on.
It
I
wasn't
looked.
that bad.
It was cumin.
I like cumin though, so
Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's tasty.
it worked with the
I
maple
can't find
syrup.
Majoram or savory in that book.
Herbs to Province. That's what it is.
Herbs to
Herbs to
Province.
Province.
Okay, all right, yeah,
That was the mix I had to make.
okay.
We should pull that up because that's why I'll pull it up. Pull it up.
I do remember having to make this before myself.
Red, check summer savory in that book.
Of seasoning summer savory.
It might be called summer savory because when I was Googling, I could only actually find it if I included summer.
There's like a Latin version of like Majorana or something like that, but it's a nut. Majorana something nut. So you said summer savory.
This is the recipe I use, just allrecipes.com. So we've
Okay.
got dried rosemary, fennel seed, dried savory, dried thyme, dried basil, dried marjoram, dried lavender flowers, which we have lavender plants, but I don't think we have any flowers on them right now. Dried Italian parsley, dried oregano, dried tarragon, and they got 1 teaspoon. So obviously a lot less there in the bay powder.
What did you use that on?
Interesting.
That was to coat the lamb before I put
Okay.
spicy brown mustard on it to hold the pistachio
okay.
crust.
Cool. Yeah, I bet
The,
that. I
the
don't really
winter,
like lamb,
the
but it
winter
was good.
savory. The winter savory contains about 1.6% volatile oil, composed mainly of carvacol, cymene, linalool, and thymol. So there's a couple terpenes and possibly esters or something there. Winter savory was classified as a heating and drying by the classical physicians.
That's winter savory.
Winter savory, yeah, it was thought to have therapeutic benefits similar to those of thyme. And then there's winter savory is most often used in cooking, but also marketed medicinal benefits. Settles gas and stimulates digestion, helping to alleviate flatulence and colic. So,
Okay, so farting was on the rise that night.
get
Then.
some savory.
It's a smaller
Winter savory.
plant. Like it's kind of like thyme. Like it's a short spot one. So it makes
Growing
sense.
to 16 inches. Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
they're tall. Lance-shaped leaf and white pink flowers appearing in clusters. Yeah, looks pretty. Pink flowers.
Rosemary's a cool one. When it's tiny, it starts getting its smell so fast. It's just like right away. Really pungent.
If you would like to know what's actually in sandalwood, you're looking at sandalwood contains 36% volatile oil, which consists predominantly of the sequesterpenols, alpha and beta santinol resin. So maybe that sandalwood smell that you're smelling in cannabis is one of those, and not a terpene, but a
Sequester ethyl.
sequesteropenol. Yeah. Interesting stuff there. This book has some pretty useful information as far as was. Yeah, Becca just gave me some. What was it? Oregano oil that she got from Mexico. It's highly concentrated. I mean, it burns your mouth. It's raw.
Yeah, it's like 60%.
So it's beyond what.
That's I don't know if maybe it's like the maple syrup thing up in Canada, but olive oil from Italy, and I'm sure other countries this exists with too. But a friend of mine who lives in, or I guess was born over there, goes back and forth a lot, brought back several of these like, I don't know, quart jars of like flavored olive oil, and it was just such a mind-blowing experience compared to whatever it is you can find over here on the shelves or whatever I grew up on. You know what I mean? It kind of made me realize that there's like a whole nother level to just olive oil.
I dislike olive oil so much. And I'm Greek, and I dislike it terribly. When I cook with it, it's in very little amounts. I do use it, but I do not like the taste that it gives my food when I cook with
It
it.
might not be a bad thing. You actually shouldn't cook high temperature heating.
Well, I use it more like as a kind of like a drizzle kind of thing on. I'll use butter and other kind of oils.
Butter, grease.
But I use it more like to drizzle in on some things, and I just don't like the taste that it gives the food.
Yeah, olive oil is good for like dips, dressings,
Mm-hmm.
cold.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it on hummus. Oh, I hate it on hummus. It's like,
Oh yeah, leave hummus alone.
just
Hummus
leave
is
my
fine
hummus
by itself.
alone. Especially my everything hummus. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
It's got some good stuff in there for you.
I know it does, but it's like, I can get it
Like
elsewhere.
avocado oil, you can go with that and go higher temps.
I don't mind avocado oil.
I just ran out of that today. That's what I sprayed the bottom of my banana nut bread pans with, and then I used olive oil because that's what it recommended at 500 degrees for the lamb recipe. But when I'm reverse searing a steak, I'll use beef tallow because I try to get that thing to like 700 plus degrees, and that olive oil will be gone in a flash.
I like to cook with ghee. That's my favorite. Just like clarified butter.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I wish it
Tallow's
wasn't
good too.
darn expensive.
Yeah, that's the other problem. You try to cook well, and you gotta pay out the yin yang to eat well. But
I think we can make it ourselves. Just have to preheat it and separate the fat.
I had some friends.
I was gonna say if you
that would make tallow.
Yeah, you have to introduce like some bacteria, and then that'll start solidifying, and then you collect all those fats. And
if you cooking a brisket or something like that, there's definitely enough that you could probably render down some tallow for use in the near future.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Getting just like a bunch of fat. You can just get beef fat thing from a butcher.
Gotta get some marrow bones and that. Oh,
okay.
a little ossobuco going on.
Rebecca cooks down all her chicken bones. We'll have fucking barbecue chicken. She'll tell me to wash off the barbecue sauce, cook down the fucking chicken bones.
Oh, yeah. I like to make all my broths.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
bone broth's really good for you.
Hell yeah, it is. Stem cells in that bone broth. I swear that's why my headaches have gone away. I started eating soup this past fall, and my headaches went away. And sure enough, we didn't have soup for about a week. My headaches started flaring back up in the back. I don't know if it's the turmeric regularly being eaten. Again, I didn't have
enough fluids too. You drink a lot of water, or
yeah. A lot of my diet is mainly similar to that because I drink a lot of warm liquids. Drink coffee in the morning. That could be a catalyst, but I've been doing pretty good as far as headaches and coffee. I really think a lot of it has to do with the soups, man. I think the soup diet's been the best thing.
It's definitely super healthy. That's for sure.
Great.
Something like I just get this feeling like if I'm sick, first thing I'll make myself is some kind of just broth soup, like some kind of a meat broth soup or something, and
like solubilizing minerals, in a much more. I mean, if you don't burn them all off, minerals are not going to burn off, but a lot of the other phytochemicals burn off. Low temperature, add stuff at different rates, Cook your heart.
Oh, it's like complex tea for a human. Think about it.
I was just gonna say I go straight for tea. That's why I don't drink tea at all unless I'm sick. I'm like, give me some tea, please.
I drink tea a lot, but yeah, I love it.
I drink tea for prophylactic purposes.
We've been doing tea just out of the garden, pretty much straight. We haven't
this whole winter except the
used
ginger.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we were using ginger out of the garden.
I saved so much, like jars and jars and jars of mint and lavender and calendula, echinacea. What else?
Mint might start growing.
Chamomile. I love dried chamomile
Chamomile.
flowers. They smell so pretty.
I've never.
I hate how at least for me, there's so many thrips on the chamomile heads when I'm trying to harvest them. It fucking drives me nuts. And like, just
I haven't noticed that. What do I do? I like dipped them in water for a while, I think is what I did.
to get them to jump
Yeah.
out.
I don't know if they were thrips, but like just like little,
Elongated little, yeah, they're thrips.
probably.
They're fucking bastards. But yeah, they love. So I know that. So I don't plant them anywhere near my, my cannabis or any other.
Sounds like a banker plant.
Yeah, they definitely bank them.
I have a couple still alive. They're still green outside. Some of the foliage on the bottom just died, but
That's awesome.
You know,
No, it's been definitely a mild winter. I feel like so. I don't know. It's kind of scary.
we got strawberries that were made green all well. I guess we had some strawberries that were made green all.
I'm not scared about that. I'm fucking saying bring that on. I'm liking it. What are you talking about?
Oh gosh, I
Yeah.
don't want climates to change and that kind of shit.
Why?
Because
Oh, would it be terrible to have better weather in Michigan? Yeah, that'd be terrible.
yeah, but that means it's worse somewhere else or something else.
Yeah, well, that's somewhere else. It's not here.
That means they're
So-
coming here.
There's something bad happening somewhere, everywhere in the world.
I know, and I don't want to think of that happening somewhere else because then that means somebody else is suffering, and I don't want to think of people suffering.
Well, maybe it's what gets them out of suffering. Maybe it's enough to get them out of where they're at to come to the United States. Come on.
It's only an 11-year cycle, and we're going to up and then crest out of it. And we're about the middle. We're about the fifth or sixth year of this. We're almost at the peak of the crest, and the weather patterns are going to be really, really gnarly. And then it's like every 300-year cycle of solar activity or something like that. It lasts for about 11 years. They cycle in and out of this thing every 11 or 22 years or whatever it is. Every 300 years, it's significantly catastrophic, I think. Something like that. I can't remember who was talking about that. If it was Graham Hancock or somebody like that. So maybe it was some prepper channel or something. Some
I'm going to enjoy the nice days when they're here.
Well, of course, I want to enjoy them too. I just, that means that some iceberg or something just fell off and crashed somewhere and caused a tsunami, and and somebody's got flooding and
Life goes on.
and
I'm
it's
sorry.
flooding there, and somebody's
Mother
got
Nature can be a bitch, but that's okay. I'm going to still be happy where I'm at if I'm good. Can't worry about what I can't control.
That's just the worrier in me.
We'll stop it.
Okay, it's just done automatically because you said so. Thank you.
I wish it was that easy, Spartan.
I wish. I do wish.
How about that Ethereum?
Really? You're so funny.
How's it going? Is it going up?
Has
Yeah,
anybody-
baby, 3,400.
Has anybody seen
And
the
let's see,
frog? with
1
the
month
mushroom
ago, it
growing
was
off of it?
2,200.
I don't know how to share things. Do you know how to share?
Yeah,
things?
but I haven't noticed your miner going up or anything, turning on or anything. So it must not be too high.
I can't. I
They
can't
can't
mine
mine
it
anymore?
anymore.
Oh, they
They made the core function of it different now, so you can only stake, which means invest. Basically, you use your Ethereum to invest into Ethereum. That's how you get more
Oh,
Ethereum.
that doesn't
That's
sound
fair.
like a pyramid scheme in any way.
Yeah, it's all weird.
Thank
but
you.
I don't care. It's the Ethereum we hold. A frog was found in the mushroom. Oh, I saw this.
It's
Tell us
so
about it.
cute.
Yeah.
There's a little mushroom growing on it.
What
Is
the
that
hell
like
is
a-
cute
How is
about
that
that?
cute? That's like
What
zombie
the
shit.
hell is cute about that?
Well, it's like kind of crazy, but it's super cute.
Yeah,
that a
that's
mushroom
fucking
could grow
gross.
on a frog, but
That
just
thing needs to
'cause
take
it's
a damn
so
bath.
windy.
That thing probably has never taken a bath his whole life, man. He needs to fucking wash up.
Well,
Wait, but is
take
this
a
like
bath in creek.
those mushrooms that
Like cordyceps.
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a hard to
Maybe
reach
a trichome.
spot.
It's a hard to reach spot. Okay.
Yeah, you can't reach
I
that
don't know.
spot.
I just thought it was super cool to see something like that to happen. Oh,
That is
Kevin.
What is that that's shown in that picture? Like,
Zooming in.
oh, just on that.
That's trippy. Oh, that freaks me out.
That's like The Last of Us, that show on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cordyceps, man. I mean, it's like that's what that doesn't infect humans. In fact, we've been using it for a long time as like a herbal supplement or whatever. Or, you know, it's probably in that book actually that Red was holding up. But yeah, it doesn't infect humans, and seeing something new like this infecting an amphibian that maybe hasn't happened before is not.
Yeah, it
That
looks like
doesn't seem good.
In India somewhere, so
Not
not here.
Not yet.
In theory, that is how the zombie apocalypse will begin. Would be there's a
Right.
the cordyceps theory.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
so
it was a really good show. I wish they produced more than just the one season or whatever. But
Yeah, but that kind of just goes to the living
So
people
big.
eat dead mushrooms. Mushrooms eat dead people.
The fairy tale starts off by the princess kissing the frog, and then it all.
oh
goes down.
no, you're probably
Oh,
right. Oh
see,
no.
and then their kids are zombies.
Huh.
Oh,
J. Patrick says from chat that the scientists think there's probably a little splinter of wood underneath the mushroom.
Right. Yeah, he's got a splinter, and it's just
oh, that'd be terrible.
rotting inside.
That'd make it easy to pluck out
Well, if you had
if you weren't toad.
had-
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would think
It's
maybe.
stupid frog
Okay, I would
rock.
think his buddies could.
oh,
Yeah,
like frog
shoot their
frogs have
tongue.
buddies.
They could
That's
shoot
not
their
how it
tongue
is.
at it.
It's not how it is out there with Mother Nature. Is you only
Sometimes it is. It depends on the animal.
not for frog, man. Frog
I
is-
just the other day I watched a crocodile take a baby hippo, and 20 adult hippos stormed that water and just demolished that crocodile to death, even though the baby was already dead. It
you
was
know why?
already dead. It was straight up revenge.
You know why? It wasn't revenge. It was like you don't get in our fucking territory.
Well, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of in the territory before it got the baby.
Yeah, it fucking paid for it with its life.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They
hippo, that's hippo
care about
code.
each other.
Fucking hippo code. They don't
Hippo
care
is one
about
of the
each other.
most dangerous animals on the planet.
They are pretty dangerous, but they don't care about each other. They fucking sit in water and they shit in it in the same water
I don't
they're all
think so.
chilling in with their buddies.
They'll shit in it because they got evolved
Bro.
tails that fan the shit away from them.
No, yeah,
Okay.
to their buddies,
And then they use their tails to fling it until it's flung. That why do you think the crocodile was mad?
Well, the crocodile's
He
mad
got
probably
stomped to
because
death.
Hey, you got shit in my water.
he's used to being the apex predator around, and fucking he doesn't like it when he's not.
Yeah.
Remember when we did that Apex Predator episode and we all said what kind of animal we would be?
I vaguely remember that, but I smoked
Yeah,
it.
that's vaguely.
Do you guys remember or I guess if you don't remember, we could go back and compare, but I wonder what we'd say.
That's weird
now.
to say it that way.
Yeah, I know.
Are we sticking to
phrase
real
it so it
animals?
makes sense. I'm high too. Yeah, real animals, obviously. Do we save this for tomorrow night?
What?
I just remember I said a
Did they have
golden
to be? What if they were extinct?
eagle. That seems like an uphill battle.
Like, are we
to fight,
including
but-
dinosaurs?
Oh no, we're not including.
Nah,
dinosaurs.
it's got to be something current. I
Okay,
guess.
all right. Hmm.
I mean, they already, kicked the can, so they didn't win.
Trying to
Ain't
think.
no
What are you
Apex.
saying? What animal would we be? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, what kind of apex animal? And I think we did land, sea, and air because I feel like I said
Oh, I remember that now.
orca
Yeah,
or
when we were
something.
like land. Yeah,
I don't remember what I said on land though.
land. That's what I'm trying to think of right
I
now.
know
What
it's
would
golden
I be?
eagle for the air because we watched the
I
video.
think
of them throwing
I'd be
goats off the mountains.
silverback
Oh
gorilla.
yeah, silverback's a pretty good one. Although
No.
no, didn't they do the fight
No.
with like the simulated fight or something with like a silverback and was it a tiger, and a tiger just like destroyed.
I don't
the
believe
silverback?
that. I believe
See, I
a
think we
pack
had this
of
debate.
tigers. I believe a pack of tigers could take one out, but a 1v1, a silverback, that's like us versus a domesticated cat. Like, come on.
No, dude, you underestimate the size of a tiger.
You underestimate the size of a silverback gorilla.
No, Silverback
No.
Gorilla's big, but if he could catch that cat with a quick punch, he might have a chance. But he'd have to see it coming.
He's got opposable thumbs.
He's got to see it coming. They can't be on his back.
I think you're underestimating the
He's
fact
got-
that gorillas they're not
he's got
slow. They're
fucking-
way faster than us when they
Bro.
want to be. Just like
Fucking-
chimps are way stronger than us, and now you're talking about what is
heavy
this?
fucking tiger. They're pretty big.
So fully grown superior Siberian tiger is 660 pounds.
Yeah, so back 300 to 485, so not even bigger. But
That's
I still
half
don't care.
the size, bro.
I still don't care.
Half the size.
Yep.
Now a lion maybe, but lions are smaller. But fucking tigers are big.
It says
Yeah, Siberian
this one
tiger's
says
massive.
tiger wins if tiger attacks first. Gorillas are gonna win if they use their strength and size to their advantage,
Yeah,
using
they
their
can see it coming.
intelligence because they can.
Are they known for being intelligent?
And they're pack animals too. So
Come on, just give me the answer.
Yeah, but they're both pack animals, man. Tigers can-
Siberian. The other choice I would do for
Tigers
lamb
can
would be a
follow.
Kodiak bear because they're like one of the biggest
Woo.
bears.
Those are big as fuck. Well, I
Yeah,
would say
they can
polar
knock
bear.
over a tree. A polar bear, but you're stuck to the polars. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Kodiak, you're still in the forest.
There you go.
Yeah.
Therefore, our clear winner is the Siberian tiger, the king of the Siberian jungle. Ah, the last sentence on this freaking.
They're not. It says because they're not born hunters. This isn't born hunter. This is fight or flight. In fact, they're not used to conflict and may choose to run away. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, your gorilla does. It just runs away.
Yeah.
That's
So,
nice.
but this is fight or flight.
So is that what you want? You want to be a little bitch gorilla that runs away? Is what you're saying?
All right,
Yes.
let's go to the jungle. Let's go to the jungle. And you now have to call a gorilla a bitch to its face. You won't even get 50 yards within a gorilla.
Dude,
I'll
I know
spit to-
so many
I'll
people
spit
that
to a
weigh more
gorilla
than a
running away.
silverback gorilla. Okay.
I'll give you that deal. I'll call a gorilla running away from me a bitch. I'll do
Okay.
that.
Grabs you
Wait,
by
does
the
that mean a
leg.
silverback gorilla is smaller than like?
Was that
a
a response just based on the numbers, or did they put any other variables like?
That's what I'm saying.
incline?
Oh, it was everything.
Well, kind of what our argument was.
That's how long that
I mean, you're telling me the tiger's gonna get a bite on that sucker without the gorilla being able to elbow, backhand, front hand, uppercut
Dude, the
one
tiger's gonna
punch,
jump on
one
top of
punch.
it,
What if we're
bite its neck,
honest
and
in
rip
this?
its head off.
and
it's
it can't go like this. It
Before-
can't go like this instantly.
No.
Crush its neck. Oh,
Dude,
okay.
Before we get really silly, we all know that in like sanctioned fighting, there's weight classes for a reason. because
Exactly. I was just gonna
weight
say.
is a huge advantage, and when you're
Vic,
talking
that's
200
how much
fucking
do you weigh?
pounds,
How much do you
this.
weigh?
You're talking four-legged creature versus opposable thumb on two legs creature. So you can't talk about
come
weight.
on, that gorilla is
They're
4 legged.
fucking
people.
Twice the
They're
size.
They're
How
not
much do you
twice.
weigh?
You just said 600 versus 485.
Dude,
That's 125
what if
pound
the
difference.
tree that he
300
on that
grabs the
scale.
log from has thorns and he can stab the
Bro,
tiger?
I'm with Red. Like, you guys are underestimating the power of a gorilla, brain power, opposable thumbs, all that. You're putting the tiger in the perfect scenario. They surprise attack the gorilla
This
from the
whole
back,
thing
and their perfect bite
All right,
hits
we're going
the
back to this
jugular.
chart.
Hits
Look
the
at the
jugular.
It doesn't even have to be the bite. What
Look
about
at
its fucking
how-
claws that are
how many
daggers?
people-
Teeth
how
don't
many
matter when
people-
they crush your trachea.
Silverback gorillas
And
can't
they-
even kill people.
They take your leg and go like this, and
They
fucking
can't even
slam you
kill
around.
people, bro.
You don't think a
it's
silverback
not-
could kill? Oh my
Look at
god!
none. It
I
says
think it
none
could.
right on the
This is-
screen. It says
Because people
none.
don't fuck with silverback gorillas.
Based
Not
on-
only that, silverback gorillas don't hunt.
but wait,
I'm just
these are arbitrary numbers.
Yeah, you're picking one website that's probably some tiger fucking refugee camp. Fucking
No, look at the
pro
silverback.
tiger.
The silverback has a better bite though. Look at that, 1,300 pounds on the.
I mean,
1,000.
either way, necks are getting
But still.
chopped off.
I'm not worried about the bite
Man,
too much.
They could be in a bush. The bush could have thorns. The
Look
tiger
at the speed too. Come on.
Do you
it's not
think?
even
Do you think a tiger could take a hit from Mike Tyson? Let's just say that the Mike Tyson manages to get a clean shot.
close. Mike
do you think
Tyson
the
had a
tiger's taking-
fucking tiger.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with any of
I'm
this?
sure he
He
hit it.
didn't
That
fight
tiger
it.
was
He
fine.
didn't fight it.
It's fun.
The
fact.
tiger's
didn't
still alive.
fucking fight
They're both alive.
The point is, I don't think a tiger would take a shot from Mike Tyson and feel good, let alone twice the power, three times the power. A chimpanzee could take Mike Tyson's arms off.
Okay, I don't
No
think
problem.
that fucking Mike Tyson's gonna take a fucking attack from a tiger very well either.
Yeah, dude.
No,
it's-
I said if Mike Tyson managed to get a hit on a tiger, so the strongest puncher, whatever, a lot of people respect it as.
It's just gonna piss it off. Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Okay.
Yes, Mike Tyson.
Yep.
Yeah, any human. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think it's just
and then
gonna
you're gonna
piss
get
it
your head
off, dude.
eaten.
I still think the data is missing variables, and there could be some of those numbers.
Oh, for sure. For sure. There's no data anyway. It's just,
yeah, it's
I mean,
impossible.
you're not
There's
gonna,
two different
you're not even
continents.
some part of the world.
You know,
Siberia.
like, this is all arbitrary. I want to know
There's no data at all.
condition. I want to know more data. Give me more data. What part
Hey,
of the
well, pull it up, JB, because I'm on Team Siberian Tiger all
I'm
day.
on Team Tiger on this one too. I'm not even.
Look
a cat.
at we can agree on.
Look
something.
at
I'm not
this.
even a cat person, but I'm on Team
This
Tiger.
punch on the head by Mike Tyson at his
Team
peak
Tigers down here.
hurt a full-grown tiger.
There's no PETA in Costa Rica.
What is?
Hey,
So-
Nuttree, what team are you on?
Ah,
You Team Tiger or Team Gorilla? We need to hear.
And with the quick reflex of the fucking tiger, you ain't gonna get nothing. The
You're
tiger is
acting
too
like
long.
the
Tiger's not that
silverbacks slow. They're way quicker than
They are
us.
slow. They're
40
not,
miles
they're-
per hour
They're
versus
quicker than us,
60
but they're not
miles
quicker
per
than a
hour, dude.
fucking
It's not even
tiger,
close.
dude.
You guys are talking about running. When did this become a triathlon?
We're talking about a cat, bro.
It's a punch to the
Wheels around them.
death. This is
Bro,
a
you-
cage match.
Bro, you have a cat.
He's-
You have a cat. You know they have the uncanny reflexes. A fucking snake can't even bite their asses.
It doesn't matter when you got a giant wall of a fist coming at you.
Super slow ass.
Area of
fucking
effect.
ape.
That
Area of
fist
effect
is
plus
half
power.
the size of a
That's so
tiger's paw.
super slow as an ape ain't hitting
A
shit.
tiger's paw is going to blow right through the entire arm of that gorilla.
I don't
Dude.
think so.
Dude,
like-
those
Nope.
paws are literally.
It's like,
this big
imagine-
around.
You may give him
Yeah,
a
it's-
flesh wound or a Scarface cut.
It's like Floyd Mayweather,
Or
but
mad.
you got size too. You're not only the evasion tactics of Floyd Mayweather, but you also have size, and you fucking can knock motherfuckers out. That's what a tiger is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of going with the gorilla.
I'm on
Gorillas are slow as
We got
shit
3
compared to a
gorillas at least.
Yeah, it's 3-3.
And
I
the
guess
gorillas are smaller.
Becca, you haven't chimed in yet. You're the
Yeah,
you're the,
Becca.
tiebreaker here.
I'd like to say,
No. What are you going to say?
Yeah, this is important.
I could see it going either way. However, I feel like the gorilla is more advanced mentally than a tiger. So I feel like
They're being all smart.
All right, Google that. What's the IQ test on the Google versus the
Cat people
tiger?
show up now.
The tiger's from the motherfucking streets, and he lives it every day.
That's just my thought.
Becca's coming in with the smarts.
Dude, okay, the only thing he's juking is a branch from the next leaf he's getting, guys. Think
Coco,
about it.
the
This is
famous
a-
gorilla Coco, scored between a 70 and a
600-pound
95. Let's see if anybody tested a tiger. Oh, look, nobody fucking tested a tiger because they're dumb and they're cats.
I feel like the gorilla would go up the tree, or are they too big? Are gorillas
I don't think gorillas can do that. I don't know.
Say, man.
I think they're too big for that,
Where's
to
the
be honest.
science
But they could literally take a rock that's 50 pounds
that.
and throw it like a baseball at the
Look
tiger.
at that. He's dodging. What is he dodging? He's not dodging anything. Look at his size, bro. Look at the size.
How is a tiger that
Put
big?
Mike Tyson next to
What is
Becca.
tiger?
That's what this is.
I don't think they're that big.
Really that big? These are
That's why I'm telling you
That's
at the
a
beginning of the
image.
whole
That's a
the whole
image.
idea.
pounds.
AI's involved.
You are underestimating the size of a tiger. They are fucking huge. man.
silverbacks are huge. There's no way
And
tigers are.
guess what? They're half the
Those
size
are
of a
huge.
tiger.
Yeah, no, dude. Tigers aren't giants. Like,
They're 600-pound Siberian tigers.
Look
bro.
at this. This is how the internet works.
Can we see a video?
Oh, that silverback's way bigger than that tiger, so therefore it's fact. Oh, look at this. Gorilla, human, tiger, way smaller.
Okay, so it's
But
not
just
going
size
to be.
comparison,
It's
not
gonna
just
be
AI
okay, so
chart
the next
that's
movie coming
selling
up
the-
is King
the
Kong
video.
and Godzilla, and then it's going to be King Kong and the tiger.
Well, yeah, exactly. You didn't see a movie like that. There's no tiger movie.
Wait, what about
'Cause
Sharknado?
they're not fucking taking out buildings.
I don't know. What about the raw data of being fucking almost 200 pounds bigger?
And
Tiger.
killing
Pounds.
machines?
Whoa.
What
That
are you
doesn't-
talking about? Whoa, 200 pounds is a fucking lot, dude.
Yeah. It's not 200. It's 115.
Okay, so
Uh,
maybe,
485, 600.
maybe a grown tiger, like the biggest tiger there is, maybe that tiger is also badass and can beat a gorilla. But maybe it's a little year-old tiger.
The power of Tyson's punch is equivalent to being shot by 13 people using a 22.
What's that got to do with?
If you hit a tiger broadside with 13, 22 shots, that tiger's probably not moving much. That's 13 holes
Okay.
going through it.
This is 600 pound.
such good
600
data.
pounds is the average.
Again,
Look at this.
you're
Look at this.
you're assuming you're going to hit anything. These things are fucking
The
cats.
largest male Siberian tigers may grow up to, wait for it, 933 pounds.
Oh, Siberian? What's
Yes,
the
that's what
most
we've been saying the
popular
whole time.
tiger?
Big. That's what we've been saying the whole time.
Siberian,
A
probably the
silverback
Bengal
gorilla
tiger.
and a Siberian tiger.
The Bengal tiger is probably the bigger population.
Gorilla.
But it's saying that they're only 3-point-some meters long, minus a meter for their tails. So they're only
They're
6
all
meters.
muscle. They're all
Yeah,
muscle.
so they're
and
just a
claws and
giant
teeth.
beefcake. Think about a gorilla that's 3 times faster and twice the size.
Arm span of 2.6 meters.
50%
So they're just
bigger.
going to bear hug the cat.
Bigger means
Cat.
slower.
What's that?
I'm
No,
not-
the,
I'm
cat
with
is,
that.
the cat runs
We're
up
not
to
gonna
60
catch the
miles
cat.
per hour. The ape is up to 20 miles per hour. You ever seen one of
Okay.
those things run?
I think we're gonna have to
It's like
pick
a
this up
penguin
tomorrow
on
night on the
wheels.
late sesh, guys.
I
Yep.
swear, yeah, we're already past time, guys. Look at
I'm
that.
so
Well,
fired up.
this is important shit. This is important shit.
I'm terrified of tigers in the jungle, man.
Everyone,
They're fucking
have
you
a
up.
good
I care
night.
more about this than I do hash, damn it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.